Good evening and welcome back to the Mancunian Way. My name is Martin, I'm your host, and it's time to chat. And there's a lot to talk about, and I hope you're all well. We will open the lines at some point during the show, I promise you all, so it will go in. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment. Phones are red hot, people are talking, people are guessing, there's all sorts of things going on. Um, yeah, it looks like the summer is about to kick off. Thought we'd have a little chat about it. And we've got Ed and Trevor. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. Ed's on his blower again.
Ed's on the phone to VIANA.
Breaking.
Right, let's get some of those in the chat and then we'll get a rolling. Bob, good evening. Pool getting food chain by PSG. Yes, the Amanda does and is in talks for PSG and only wants PSG. So that's part of it. So can we stop the Diamandis talk now? It's done. It's not happening. Don't want to come. Timo Sups, member for 30 months. Big up, mates. Thank you very much for your continued support of the channel. Means a lot. Big up, Ash. Steve, massive summer ahead. Yes, it does seem that way. Hi, Martin. What do you mean? We're going to talk about all of that. I want to ask me, we're going to get into the BOUADDI, TONALI, Gusto, Bill down the road, Billy over on Joy Street. It's all coming out tonight. What do I think about the BOUADDI situation? I will say my bit in a bit. Mingy Wong, yes, Dash. Thank you for the Samaritans link. Well, things have definitely popped off and it's not even on EastEnders yet. Nope, it's not. Loving the World Cup matches to the moment. I'm just, nah. Looks like PSG going for Akalouche as well. So Sabia leaves, who we're replacing with. We'll see. Good evening, everyone. Looking forward. Oh, that's Trevor. Trevor saying hello to you all. Make sure you say hello back. Malo Gusto, average at best. No City won him. Algeria match last night was mental. Evening, Martin, have you heard of the Gusto links are true? They always have been true. I just wasn't happy with the price. And I don't think City will pay. We'll get into it. I'm going to be very honest. I don't think BOUADDI and TONALI are actually planned in profile sense. Stinks of VIANA scrambling for life after RODRI. Life after RODRI is coming. I think we have to finally park that up now. They're not doing what they're doing because, or they're not wanting to do what they're wanting to do because RODRI's planning on staying. Malagusta was a no-no for me. Sorry, he's rubbish. Think Gusto would be a good backup to Nunes. Plus, we need sell too. I'm not talking. Yes, we will. We are going to sell people. We need Mazza and BOUADDI. Keep telling you, Mario, Mazza is not happening. We don't need another 8/10. I think Gusto, to be fair, not 75 million, but I do think he's better than. I do think it'll be there, but I don't think it'll be that either. Maybe around 55. Potentially. Yeah, I'm not really for it either. Hopefully, Matt will squash it. No, I can't squash the Gusto stuff. So, Real Mario was more than 10, and we got Cherkin Foden there. I do get Malo Gusto as the backup. However, Chelsea are quoting absurd, especially the tension both clubs due to the MARESCA stuff. But it doesn't. We've got enough people deeper now, Mario. You're ignoring the other players we're buying and trying to buy, mate. They play deeper, and the players we've got. There's no room for a Mazza. Michael Coyote's the right back we should be going for. I think he wants to be number one. Mazza is not happening. Mario, that was just me. By the way, do smash the likes on your way in. Yes, smash those likes. That would be brilliant. Initially thought the RODRI stuff was just paper talk. Nope, it's not paper talk. Good evening, Steve. How are you? Good evening, Miami Snoopy. So the Bernardo rep is right there, and we're not going for him. No, we're going for others. BOUADDI plan sounds fun in 30, but LBR. But what? I don't know what LBR means. Sorry. He will get moved this summer given the hype around him. We can't wait for 2027. It's now or never. That's why they want to book. We'll get into it in a minute. Ibrahim Mazza is an 8-10 and a tap-minded player. We're not after that profile as of now. It's Curly, Larry, and Mo. Which one am I? Agent Ed, Warren, become a member for 7 months. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Martin, if City sells Fabio Mamouche, could we go for Bacola? Don't know. Lots of players looking average in the World Cup, different tactics, different coaches, different players than they used to always say. Yeah, that's why I don't take the things into that. Good evening, Martin, and the fellow pilots always enjoying the stream. Rest in peace, Martin. Those stories what Walker was like when he joined. Life after Rodri's coming. Rodri will go on a free next year. Right. I will come back to your comments in a minute. Oh, I'll be real. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Right. Matt, we'll go through the headlines in the last 24 to 48 hours. City began talks with Lille for young 18-year-old Ade. There is still interest in TONALI as well. It is not one or the other. They are still wanting both. There is a 100% interest in Malo Gusto as well. I'm not sure they've agreed terms, but it's there. It is there. Sound problem.
What's the problem? Can you be more specific?
Just refresh your stream because everything's 100% on my end. I've got no issue. I've got no issue with sound on my end.
Martin, do you want to do BOUADDI first? And if so, can I do a context? Because there's that much misinformation. I just want to go through the three primary sources and the journey of this story, because I think we all need to be reading off the same hint sheet and we all need to know the facts as opposed to what's been glazed. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so all the big talk about this started on June the 27th. And when you trace the source, it goes back to the second to last paragraph in an article on ESPN de España, or the Spanish ESPN. And this is what Morello was, the ITK mate of Romano. So this is the first guy who was clipped up. And what he said was, and what this article said was, right, the whole of the article was about Real Madrid's financial issues. But there was one paragraph in it. Ayoub Bouaddi of Lille is also highly rated by Madrid scouts, but sources told ESPN that Manchester City and PSG are among the clubs currently ahead of Real Madrid in the race to sign him. So the interest was legit. Okay, you can go to my X account and see the actual story from ESPN España, or whatever the Spanish one is. So that's where this started. Okay, the whole gossip and rumor mill started based on one paragraph in a big article about Real Madrid's financial problems. Then Morello was on the radio in Spanish. I translated and dubbed it into English if anyone wants to see it. And he pretty much said the same thing, but people reported that as something new. But all he did in that interview was point to the story on the ESPN story about Real Madrid. So he didn't add anything new. And then Fabrizio came and repeated that. And then yesterday, Fabrizio said that added some more to it and said that and he added to the story about him staying at Lille for a year. Okay, so that's the whole story until today. Until today, something new came out, which is that this is from another source who I've been told subsequently is very good. So here's the very latest bit of nuance. In case of departure, Lille prefers a sale with a 1-year loan. Now, yesterday, we heard that this was City's plan too. Okay, so it may well be that this was part of the negotiation between Hugo and Letang. It doesn't matter whose idea it was first. There's clearly the same thinking between the two clubs today. Okay, this is just 54 minutes ago, I think, not long ago, that this information came out. And so both clubs are saying the same thing now. City said it first. Lille's owner has also now said it. Now, it may well be that Hugo's gone, we'll let you keep him for a year. And he's gone, that's a brilliant idea. Let's do that. Or he may have said to Hugo, we need to keep him for a year. And Hugo's gone, that works for us. So the next thing is that PSG are not looking for a player in that position right now. This is from the same source. And the bit that I would add to it, and I've got the quotes, right? Letang does not want to sell to PSG, and he's on the record as saying that. And the reasons are, Letang has explicitly shut down PSG attempts to poach top talents during transfer windows. For example, when they tried to sign Lenny Yoro, he blocked the move, stating flat, Lenny Yoro will not leave in January. There's no negotiation. The next thing he said was, there's no knife to my throat on financial pressure because they were bought by Merlin Partners and Lille is completely debt-free and financially stable. He maintains that Lille is under absolutely no obligation to sell its assets because they don't have a knife to the throat and they will never shop players around or allow wealthy clubs like PSG, quote from the guy, or allow wealthy clubs like PSG to dictate terms or put Lille in a position of weakness. The next thing he said is about the sky-high premiums and valuations for PSG. He will always sell PSG more, that it's going to cost them more than regardless of what they say. And the preference for foreign clubs over is the most important one for City. While Letang will sell to PSG if they meet an astronomical asking price, Football Insiders note that Lille actively prefers selling elite foreign clubs such as Premier League giants or Real Madrid over PSG. So that's exactly where we are. And those are all primary sources and not aggregators making shit up about the primary sources or not even reading the primary sources. So that's where we are. There's a convergence between the two clubs about him staying there for a year. We don't know whose suggestion that was. I don't care. And Lille do not want to sell to PSG ever. Now we can talk about it.
Bella, thank you for the 37 months. No, mate. Don't
unless they overpay. Unless they overpay.
Unless they grotesquely overpay.
Big up Bella.
Is what he's saying. So there's a special price for PSG.
I'll tell you what
and PSG aren't looking for anybody in that position right now.
No, the PSG are working on Diamandi as we speak. The Diamandi is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. This is where we're at. The BOUADDI stuff we asked, and what we told, there is an interest. They have spoken. I'm going to tell you, I'll be honest with you. I think they're getting ready for life without Rodri.
I think that's a stretch.
I really don't. You don't bring in three midfielders to try and bring in two CDMs.
There are two ways to look at this.
Because those two aren't sitting on the bench, mate.
Yeah, but we're bringing in a young guy. So
who can go to any
I don't know. I'm okay. I'm okay with Rodri going next year on a free. I'm absolutely fine.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think that's the plan. I'm not saying
I genuinely have no issue with that.
I think the plan is buy Rodri's replacement in BOUADDI and loan him while Rodri's here for his last year. I don't agree with that.
That doesn't make much sense to me.
It makes no sense to me. We've had this in the group chat all day. Everyone, but me and Ed, thinks it's a cracking idea, and they're all on board with it. And I'm like, so what does BOUADDI get playing at Lille in the Champions League when they don't even play the same way?
Unless the assumption that we're preparing for life without Rodri is wrong, because there's an equal argument that has equal merit, because it's all speculation, right? That we know that Rodri's going to extend for a couple of years, and therefore we're bringing in his replacement next season. And there's also an argument that Rodri might fall in love with playing with Anderson, which I think is compelling, because I think he will.
The BOUADDI deal makes no sense.
No, it does, because we need a young player to be the
Trevor,
backup.
he's not. But I know, but he's not young as in an Echeverri young. He's young as in he wants to play.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
He's
You
played
can't
nearly every
say
single
that.
game from Lille. He's not, he's
Fine.
not in talent. He's playing for Lille. He's playing for
Fine.
Morocco at the World Cup. He's not coming and just sitting out there.
And he's going to get to still play for Lille, which is fine.
Right. No, I understand that. But we can't then bring him in and say you're going to sit there.
I mean, I see it both ways. I see because, we talk about sitting behind a player and learning off a player. I think that's a player-to-player case. I know fans fans maybe like that setup. It might appeal to fans, but I can see both sides to it. I understand why some people might want to get him in a year underneath Maresca's system. But I also understand if people say he needs to keep on playing at the age he's at. He can't be sitting on a bench coming in 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. Some people are cerebral like that where they can maybe learn and improve that way. And other players are like, I need to play to improve. And
it's the perfect situation. It's the perfect situation, right? Let's think about this positively. It's the perfect situation that RODRI extends for 2, maybe 3 years. BOUADDI comes in next year and has that time with RODRI, because RODRI will start to wane. No, but I'm asking, Martin, remember the question.
No, not for me, because I think it's the worst case scenario. You sign RODRI up for 2 or 3 years on 400 grand a week. Yeah. BOUADDI comes in at 80 million pounds. He's not going to come in on chump.
It's not 80 million, it's 69 million pounds.
No, between 68 and 100 million euros. Diamande, I told everyone was going to be 100 million. It's going to be 100 million. Anderson has just signed for 116 million. He's on 230 grand a week. Kyle Walker said it. He ain't bench sitting either. You don't spend these money and bench sit these guys. The reason I was okay with BOUADDI was learn under RODRI for a year, play the occasional game, be the backup to RODRI this season, like very much Fernandinho RODRI. Sits for a year, he learns, he plays cup games, he plays the occasional last half an hour. I think he'll do that for a year. Then he becomes RODRI, or the RODRI replacement. I think
so. So what you're saying is he plays now, or we don't buy him.
No. I think you sign him now, and you use him as a RODRI backup to learn for the 12 months. I think if you're going to do that for 2 or 3 years,
if that's not possible, you're saying we don't sign him.
I don't think we'll sign him now.
So you don't think we'll loan him back to Lille?
I asked for your opinion.
No, I don't think, because I think other clubs will step in and buy him to play him now.
But he doesn't. The club Lille doesn't want that.
I don't like the loan back either. I don't like loaning him back to Lille.
Yeah, okay. I know you don't like it. You don't like.
I don't like the loaning back to Lille. He learns nothing.
So your opinion is, if that's the deal, we don't take it.
What?
We walk away.
For me, no, I wouldn't do that deal. No.
Right. Just needed to know where you were with it.
I wouldn't do that deal.
It's a no on BOUADDI from you if it involves the 1 year.
Yeah, because I think that is stupid.
Right.
For me, if we're spending let's do confirm, but let's say between 69 and 80 million quid, which is what the actual quote was. And then we loan him back. So but now in a realm where we're buying up to 80 million pound and we're loaning him for a year, where does he learn off RODRI? Where does he learn the RODRI role?
But that's what I'm talking about. Did Nico G learn off of RODRI?
But Nico G's probably going.
That's my point.
But that's no point in Nico G not working, Ed.
But I'm saying that plan of a player sitting behind and learning.
No, because Nico G's a different profile to RODRI completely. BOUADDI's not. BOUADDI can pass the ball. I've only seen little of him. What I'm trying to get at with people is, for me, I've no problem with BOUADDI bringing him in for a year and let him have that year of learning, developing, learning under Rodri. I'm going to be honest. I've said this so much. I don't think Rodri's staying. I also think this kills any chance of Nico Riley going into midfield. If you want me to be honest, you don't spend this kind of money when you've got someone there who can do the role. If you think they can do it to a good level. This is my issue. I think they are literally going to rebuild the whole midfield out. That's what I'm saying. BOUADDI, TONALI, and Anderson is a total of 250 to 300 million. That's a midfield rebuild. That is a complete rebuild. Yes, Pat is back off milk cartons.
Yeah, Pat, hold that, by the way. USA, baby.
Listen, you're both qualified. Shut up.
Yeah, stay in knockouts. Yep. And now one of your silly reporters is just giving me the kiss of death by not bothering to check where Bosnia is on the map.
Your microphone's worse than mine was earlier, apparently. Now I know where.
What?
Yeah.
You sound like you're on Piccadilly Radio from 30 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you like echoing.
Martin, come on, man. BOUADDI would develop very well at Lille. How would he develop well at Lille?
Well, I might go back to Australian matches because there's a lot more happy clappy over there.
I watched Lille twice. Lille don't play anything like City. So what does he learn at Lille?
Well, he'll be in the Champions League. He'll be getting consistent minutes playing at top level in the Champions League.
Okay. But because someone's putting a child with a bit Taze, but Taze isn't coming in to play first team football a lot. We're talking the Rodri replacement here.
There's almost this schizophrenia between we need to build a squad, but we're not like that.
I'm happy to build the squad, but for me, I'll tell you what it is, Trevor. The Rodri replacement you can't get wrong.
We can't replace Rodri.
The Rodri replacement. No, his replacement. The guy who takes over him. No, he's not going to be Rodri, but we can't get it wrong. We have to get it spot on.
Yeah. Which
for me, I think learning off Rodri for 1 year is better than playing at Lille, where he has.
But that's not all you're saying. You're saying we do not buy BOUADDI if that's the deal, and that's a different point that you make.
I don't get a choice in that, Trav.
No. Your opinion is that we should not buy him if that's the only deal available.
No,
that's what you said before.
I think it's stupid. I think it's a stupid deal.
I know.
I think it's your opinion. Deal.
But let me. But let me get you to be clear on this, right? Again, if the only deal available for BOUADDI is that he stays at Lille for a year, you say we don't buy him. Is that correct?
In your opinion, Martin, your opinion.
Do I want to fully? No, because I do want to buy him. I don't think he's a bad player. I have reservations. I don't. We all.
None of us are 1,000,000% happy.
I don't see any benefit in loaning him out to Lille. The only benefit is if Manchester. And I got told this today. If Manchester City agree a deal, now work with me. They've spent a lot of money on Anderson. Potentially going to spend money on Gusto or a right back, a winger, a backup goalie. Also, they're going to. He's loaning it part of. So, for example, because we don't know, we've said to Lille, we'll loan you back, but we don't pay you a penny till next season.
There you go. When and how do we pay?
Push the deal down the road 12 months.
Correct. But
so
the deal's done.
Put money until next year.
Or we pay some of it and we pay most of it, or whatever.
Yeah,
that's
like we
what
did with Semenyo.
That's what Hugo is brilliant at. He's brilliant at the terms. He gets the terms that are right for us. He'll go with the headline price, fine, but on our terms. It's what he's done with Anderson by getting it down from the 130 that Marinakis was reported as holding out for to getting 116 in a oneer. Okay, it's a big oneer to hit, but he did it because it saved us money in the long term. With this guy, What's with the mics today? I don't know. Is it me?
It might be StreamYard, guys. We don't know. It might be. Sometimes StreamYard at the moment.
I'm trying a different mic. I'm using a lapel mic in front of me.
Alex Scott. See, we don't get Tonali about Alex Scott. Alex Scott isn't even on the radar. That name's never even appeared. It looks like, the one thing I will say, sadly, it looks like Kushinov and Reinders about Kushinov, Jesus. Kovacic and Reinders.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Kovacic.
I think that's nailed on now. Sadly, I know you love him, Trev, and I like him, but I do think I think Kovacic is gone.
Yeah, I thought Kovacic probably needed to be moved. I know he's a good, locker room guy. He's a good, experienced player to have around the dressing room. But at the same time, I think I don't think he was necessarily needed at this juncture of where we are at now for me.
And guys, by the way, you all keep telling me Lille have got UCL football. I hear that, but they don't play. Do they play the same way as Manchester City Football Club?
No, they don't.
That's like saying.
But do Forest play the same way that City do? So we shouldn't buy Anderson.
No. You're not understanding my point. When you loan a player somewhere, that is the reason why we wanted Echeverri to go to Girona, was to play the similar style to City and to bed into the City light under the CFG group. Yeah. When Echeverri went to Leverkusen, City hated it because City had no control. They couldn't help it. They couldn't do anything. They didn't play the same way of football. There's more to things than just he's playing in the Champions League. What if Lille don't play the same way? Then he comes to City and he's got to learn a whole new system for 12 months again.
I think that comment was in response to somebody else saying he's not playing at the same level as the Premier League. And so I think that specific point. Yeah, I know. I think it's a separate point. I think you're arguing with an argument that was against another point that was made. Probably
no. My argument is from a former coach's point of view, Trav.
Yeah.
No, but I think Ligue 1 is a physical league. I think Ligue 1 does have some for the defensive side of things. I think we all talked about that when we brought up Kuzanov, right? It's a physical league. They do sometimes play end to end. Right? Is it the Premier League? No, but no other league is like the Premier League anyway. Right? And I think it's just weighing up. And I'll say this again. Do you want him to be around the guy before he leaves, or do you want him to constantly develop against top competition as a young player? I think those are the two things you're weighing in, because either way, he's going to get thrown in a year's time or not, and you don't know what you have until he's in that fire.
So to summarize,
I'm not saying he won't be around us. I'm not saying my point is Arteta the Haram. My point is sign him now and keep him at City.
To summarize where I think we're at, and tell me if I'm getting this wrong. It's not perfect that he's going to stay at Lille for a year, but if that's the only deal that we can get over the line, we still go for it. Is that correct? Is that where we are?
Well, what I would do is then I would not put a load of expectation onto BOUADDI next
I mean, that's why you get Tonali, though. That's why you.
Nobody wants Tonali. No one wants. Everyone we're being linked with. No bugger wants any of them.
Yeah, the guy from Chelsea.
Nobody wants him. Nobody wants Tonali. No one wants Gusto. No one wants Trafford to go. No one wants half the midfielders to leave.
Trev doesn't want Kova to go.
So I don't know what we're doing here, guys. So no one's leaving. That might be 6 signings then. Yeah, it might be 6, yeah. I did say this could be the biggest summer since the takeover. Guys, we're looking at selling a few. They've told Rico Lewis he can go. Oh, we're getting a transfer ban, so we're going all in now. That's the other side of it, Andrew. We're getting a transfer ban.
Stop watching Rivals, man.
Now. What happens if he got a bad injury? That was my other thinking of it. I'd rather have him in. I'd rather have him in the castle pissing out than outside pissing in.
Yeah.
Imagine
I
if
think
we
we know
play
where
in the
we are.
Champions League next season.
It's not ideal, but if it's the only deal available, we still buy him. End of. Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, because you can see, he's not the finished article thing, but you can see the raw attributes in him that will make him. We're just talking about his passing. You're talking about, he does seem mobile because he is so young, right? And he's good. He's good on the ball too. So I mean,
what do you mean learning from body won't make him pre-ACL, Rodri? What so has Rodri's brain gone into? Has Rodri got a brain disease? Has all his experience and knowledge gone out the window?
And by the way, have you watched his World Cup games? Because he's pre-ACL Rodri.
Yeah.
Again. He's carrying that too.
Well, I don't want to mention Ruben Diaz because Ruben Diaz fucking was like the Great Wall of China.
Unbelievable. He carried his team for 30 minutes in their last game. Without him, they would have lost that game. A goal line clearance, but that was the thing that got the headline. But you watch the game. If you're a Diaz out, you need your head examining because he was outstanding.
Yeah. Who is the other? Sure, we don't get Tonali. I do not know. But it doesn't mean Mazza because Mazza and Tonali are not even the same profile, Mario.
Yeah.
Gusto. Malo Gusto, Pat. I don't know if agreeing the terms is true. That I don't know. I have asked. Tone's asked. We don't know. We didn't get a reply. Now, when I look at Malo Gusto as a player, he is the correct profile of a player for what you want from Maresca. He can invert, he can go on, he can come inside, he can go on the wing. He is exactly what a kind of Maresca fullback.
Are you for it? Are you positive about
it? I'm not for the price. I think he's very, very, very valued overvalued. If we can get him in for like 40 or 50 mil, 55, I'm okay with it. Because I don't think you're going to get Giovanni Reed much cheaper.
No, that's why we're going to get 40, 45.
Yeah, you're going to get Reed about 45, 50.
Pat?
So,
yeah, I would probably agree with you in that way. 75 just seems a bit too steep for me. I mean, it just proves that you don't have to be English. You just have to play in the Premier League for a considerable length of time, and all of a sudden your stocks just go through the roof. That being said, though, I still feel like we need to have a right back, or at least a right back who can invert come in, because we need Nunes needs some competition. I think just having one player, basically cover the entire depth charts for your right back can lead to complacency, can lead to more mistakes. I've always felt that the worst thing for Bukayo Saka at Arsenal for him was not just the fact that Arteta was overplaying him, but for a while there he didn't have any sort of direct competition for his position week in, week out. So that's how I feel the same way with Matheus Nunes. You are going to have to get somebody in there to compete with him for that role. I've always believed that Gavarrio Reed would be more suitable for that, because I think younger, maybe slightly more raw talent would be more along the lines. It would make more sense in the squad, because I think Malo Gusto, if he did come in, he would probably resign Nunes to the bench, or even just cut matches basically on a regular basis. So I'll be more inclined to look at the younger talent, the one that you can actually bring through the club, rather than someone who's like a ready-made sort of player. So I'm okay with Malo Gusto coming out. I'm okay with the transfer fee, but also too, I think just with the dynamics of what is currently available for us at right back, I would rather have young competitive players there. Whether it's even in the form of even if Maresca wants to get another midfielder that he feels he can mould into an inverted / wing or wing back, right back, whatever you want to call it. Remains to be seen for me, but it should be young and competing for the same spot.
Well, Chelsea bought him 3 years ago for around £25 million. So for them to want a 2.5x return, I don't think he's done anything to warrant a 2.5x return on it either. So
again, that comes down to the Premier League tax. As I said, like they don't even have to be English; they just have to be playing in the league for a few years, and then all of a sudden their prices just go through the roof. Look at Matheus Nunes, for example. Like with 60 million, and he only played 65 million, he only played one season at Wolves.
yeah.
I'm sure Wolves paid less than half of that for him when they got him 12 months prior.
What have you done to your mic, Pat?
I don't know. This is the first time I used the computer since I got home, so I don't know if the old man was doing some work on it or anything. Like, it sounds good from my end.
No, the input's way over. Just move it away from you as a quick fix. Move it
Okay.
away from you.
Hang on. I think I know what it is. Wait, one
You've got
sec.
a lot of bass to your voice tonight, Pat.
It's just the input's overloaded. The gain's overloaded.
Yeah, okay.
I've been doing so, Cade, but there's talking through.
Can't speak.
How's that now?
Yeah.
Right, does
Keep
anyone
going.
know well, see, Sports Talk, you're with us. I know you're there. I presume you're walking the streets. Please stay safe. Is he there? Hello?
Yeah. Hi, thanks for having me on.
You gotta get
barely
closer
hear
to
you,
the mic
mate.
for the sports.
What is it with everyone's mic tonight? Everyone's
Check
mic
it up,
tonight.
man. You're making me sound good.
Hello?
He's still a bit loud, Pat. Just move the mic quite far away. You'll still be picked up, but it'll be an instant kind of volume
How's that?
control. A little
How's
bit
that?
better. Bit further away, you'll be fine. Trust
Yeah.
me. I live in a
Nice.
recording studio.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't know what's changed since I went away. That's the only thing.
Spicy
Yeah.
potato. Right, I'll tell you where we're at
that's
with
good.
those three. Reinders and Kovacic are likely to leave. Nico G may stay, but if he wants to play, he's going to have to leave. If that makes sense. Nico G is going to be the bench option. He has to be okay with that role. Because here's my thing is, Rodri's not going anywhere this year. And while Rodri is here, Rodri's playing. Rodri's not sitting on a bench. Rodri's not doing the backup role. He's bench. Rodri plays.
Was somebody saying that he's going to be moved further up into the midfield?
Potentially.
Interesting. How do we feel about that?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it if you're talking about, I mean, we've been talking about recovery pace. We've been talking about covering ground. If you want Anderson to be the guy that does that, and you want Raji up the pitch because of his pass making, because of his dictating play, because of his goal scoring output, which is better than Anderson. I mean, I can understand it if I saw it. I wouldn't be apprehensive about it.
All right.
Lee Gates for £5. Martin replacing Rodri is going to be a tough pass. BOUADDI for 80 million is a huge risk because we have to get it right. Is there a chance Rodri goes now? If Rodri wants to go to Real Madrid, no.
Real Madrid have said no now.
He has to wait. The
They
only
want him
other
on a
team
free-
in for him is Atletico Madrid now. They're the only ones who've shown some sort of interest.
Which, depending on what happens with Alvarez, means wait and see.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Sports Talk, you there, mate? Can we hear you?
I am, yep.
That's better.
Right, I wanted to ask, so, if, let's say now, we are going to keep Nico G, do we still sign 2 midfielders or not?
Yes, that's the plan right now. Right now they're after 3, it seems.
Okay, so then how would that work if we've got potentially Rodri staying, Nico G staying, and then the other 2?
That's why they're looking at BOUADDI going on loan.
Okay, so what we're saying is in that 6 and 8 positions, we're going to look at having potentially 4 options to back it out.
You're basically going to have Rodri, Anderson, potentially TONALI if he doesn't go to Spurs.
And Nico G.
Okay, and then what's the TONALI alternative? If, let's say, we don't get TONALI, he ends up going to Spurs because Spurs cough up money, who is our alternative to TONALI?
Diaz isn't going anywhere, Peter. Diaz is staying.
We don't know that Total Sports. We won't know that until they tell us who's next on the list.
Right, okay. Because, I mean, from what it sounds, BOUADDI isn't necessarily a Tonali alternative, but rather more of a next summer target. But then who's also on the list after Tonali if we don't get him? What sort of profile
That we don't
with?
know. That we don't know.
Okay, interesting. But I take it there will be other players on that list other than Tonali.
This is the problem at the minute, and this is what me and Tom we had about 45-minute chat today, and we were like, there's no other names coming up. It's the same names. No one else is talking about anybody else. So City must be damn confident they're getting all these guys because there isn't alternatives coming out anywhere. And the other alternatives that they were linked with are going other places now. Palestri's gone to Chelsea.
But on the squad building,
Diamandi only wants PSG.
On the squad building argument, which I'm a huge fan of, right? We are building a squad, not a team, right? We need a squad. We need quality backups in every position. How do all those names fit in that scenario? Like, we're not buying Gusto to be the starter, clearly, because we've got the best right back in the country right now in Nunes. So in terms of squad building, how does he fit into that? In that scenario, might make sense, but certainly not for what Chelsea are taking the piss with the price at. You know, where do the other names fit in if they're not going to be starters? Where does Tonali fit in if he's not going to be a starter?
I think Gusto, he's kind of played that backer role to Reece James at times, so I don't think it wouldn't be too much of it. I don't think it'd be crazy to ask him to kind of play a similar role that he's already doing at Chelsea. With Tonali, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Even if this young guy comes in next season, I don't see him coming in and saying, you're playing 60 games, right? I think it'll be a conversation with Tonali, say, hey, you know, when Rodri does leave, you'll probably be our main guy here. You'll have this young guy competing with you, but you be the mainstay. I think that'll probably be what they're talking to Tonali about if that was my opinion.
The other thing I need to ask then also is, if we're saying we're going to sign potentially Tonali, I mean, we've already gone, so we're going to sign Tonali, we're looking at Gusto, and then whoever the winger is, what kind of budget are we talking also? Because again, if we sort of tally all that up, you're well over 300 million anyway, like with at least 3 of those. So then what sort of budget are we looking at for the summer?
Well, if we add it up, you're about 400 million.
But that's why sales are important, though. That's why sales are important.
That's where the sales come in. And also, like I said earlier, I've got my theory on, is this why the BOUADDI loan is in? Because they can defer the payment 12 months.
Could we potentially look at doing what we've seen other clubs do, whereby you bring a player in and you say, look, we'll take him on a loan with an obligation to buy? Could we have seen other clubs do that?
Like we sent the group chat last night, Total Sports Talk. What's his name? Mamardashvili, Liverpool.
Yeah, but they bought him though. They bought him in cinema.
No, but it's the same thing. Ed. It's you buying them and then immediately loaning them back to that club. Yeah.
Well, I think Incapi's another one where Arsenal got him bought last summer and then just only.
Oh, you mean like we loaning him, but then he has there's like a final fee for the next season? Is that what you're talking about?
What I'm saying in my case is, let's say we do have to bring BOUADDI in now. Let's say we need him now, but then we feel like financially he doesn't sit right on the books. Then maybe we could look at doing something whereby we buy the player now, but we do it on. We bring the player in on a loan with an obligation to buy.
Yeah, kind of like
pay him a little bit. Yeah, and then pay the extra premium just because we're bringing him on loan. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what Lil would want to do that.
He's staying this summer, Cynthia. He's staying this summer, yeah. I think Rodri's staying this summer. See, that's the key thing today. Rodri's still going to be here. And while Rodri's here, Rodri's going to play. You're not benching Rodri. I know some of the fans have turned on him, which I find astonishing and outrageous because the guy just wants to go back to Spain. I find that outrageous that's even a thing now for some weird reason.
This is his last big contract. He has to get this right for him. And when he got the ACL, he learned how mortal his career is. He learned that it can end in a moment. And so he's got to get this right for him. And we owe him that. We do not owe him calling him an unk and washed, which I've seen. Right? That's wrong. We have to respect the player because he's given us everything. He, all the dreams we had, he was part of what gave us even more than the dreams we dared to have. And so he has our respect for that.
But we don't know if BOUADDI's 100% happening. We're just saying we're in talks. There's a difference. There's a difference. I don't think Tonali comes. I think he goes to Tottenham. Well, the thing is, Tottenham haven't actually bought him.
Yeah, that deal's stalling right now for some reason.
That deal ain't going nowhere because they won't pay the price they want. I don't know.
Just like they're doing the Savinho.
Something weird, yeah. They've not even bidded for Savinho.
Yeah. It's the longest bidding in history.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. It's a very weird. If you've noticed, since teams have started getting knocked out of the World Cup, people have started making bids. It's coming up to the 30th of June as well. We said once the 30th of June hits and surpasses, it will get going. It will get going.
Talking of Savinho, who are our winger options at the moment that we're looking at to replace?
Well, it was Diamandi, but he's going to PSG, or only wants PSG.
And aside from him?
Personally, I think I'm fine with that because I don't think he's worth 100 million. Morgan Rogers has been talked about, and then Ndiaye.
I think Ndiaye probably makes the most sense for me. For me.
Are we in for Barcola?
Not a name that's come up. That's more of a fan theory on Twitter, that one. I'm not saying it won't do because we didn't think BOUADDI was a genuine situation and it seems to have... What's that about?
No, I brought him up. Everybody shot me down, I'm just saying. Everybody shot me down when I brought him up.
I think Pat's could have gone away just to sort his microphone. The thing is, at the moment, there seems to be a lot of spinning plates in the air. And people are trying to guess what's going on.
Yeah. I'd just like to say something to Thunder Road. He said, the best right back in the country is Nunes. More waffle than Ego and Captain Birdseye. Go and look at his stats and come back to me. Thank you.
Oh, he's 100%. He was the best right back in the league last season.
He just clearly was. But
well, I've got a question for you all then.
Thunder Road 1199 disagrees with that.
Does this put all these midfielders we're being linked with? Is you keep asking this question, Trev, and I think it's a very apt question. Is that Nico Riley done for midfield moving forward now?
It's not that I said he was done. I don't want people.
No, I don't
to
mean
think
done, but no, I'm asking the question. I'm not saying you said he's done.
Okay,
I'm asking the question: is he done?
Because my question was: do we fear moving Nico O'Reilly into midfield when he's been so good at left back? He's made that position his own. He's the best, right? And so, but he is naturally a midfielder. Many people have the sentiment that he wants to be a midfielder again, and he should be a midfielder. Now, the bad answer to this, the answer that doesn't get us anywhere is, oh, well, under Maresca, he will be the left back, but he will come inside a lot, because that's not a midfielder. Right, he's a midfielder, an out-and-out midfielder. That's his history so far until last season, when purely by circumstance we discovered that he's also probably the best left back in the country. Right, so is it? are we happy risking him moving into midfield, and that's why we don't want him in midfield, or do we want him in midfield? And then what happens at left back? Is Aït-Nouri good enough? That was the big question. But you know, yours is a kind of elaboration on it. I like it.
And that's just me.
Did you answer it? Did you answer it?
I genuinely fear Nico Riley's future in midfield is done.
I still think he'll be a back. I still can see him rotating in, because if we have, say we go into the future, right, and we do buy these players, if we have three center mids with TONALI, the dude, you know, from Lille, and then Anderson, I can see a world where still O'Reilly rotates into that midfield.
So he's going to play both positions, Ed. He's going to play both positions. He's going to switch between the two.
Yeah, I would say at times, maybe for cup games.
Because he kind of did that a bit last season, didn't he?
Yeah, for a certain, like we have injuries or cup games or things like that. I don't see why he wouldn't still be able to rotate into that midfield.
Okay.
Someone was asking me about Trafford then. Donnarumma has been told he is the number one. So Trafford has to make his own decisions. Personally, I would like him to stay.
I mean, he's kind of limited, Martin. Honestly, like you may be talking to Aston Villa, you may be talking Newcastle, and both those teams.
Well, this is what I keep saying. The big clubs are not coming for him.
No.
The big, huge clubs are not. All this, he could play for Bayern, he can play for Madrid, he could play for Liverpool. They're not coming knocking.
So he's going to hold bench there as well.
And I'm not being funny.
Needs to have a word with himself.
Listen, I like Trafford. I'm not making. But the trouble is, people are doing this at Trafford. People made Trafford out to be better than what he is right now. I'm not saying he won't be good, but they've made him out to be this world-class goaler. But the world-class clubs are not coming.
No.
You can't even get ahead of bloody T-Rex in England.
I mean, like I said, it's probably going to be Aston Villa
the ball out for 40
or
minutes.
Newcastle, but they have to sell before they can come in for him, right? With Martinez.
I don't think Newcastle have any money. According to them, they've not got a pot to piss in. I'll tell you, we're going to have a very intriguing Oil Brothers on Tuesday because I don't know where they're going anymore.
I am ready to go.
I'm sorry, I keep saying this. I'm sorry. I know, Baz, you might be watching or listening. I'll repeat. Your owners have given up the ghost. They've given up.
I want to get Baz's take on this. Because I give a shit about Newcastle. I genuinely do.
I feel their fans are being fucked royally over right now.
I want to know what their thinking is. Yeah.
If Sheikh Mansour treated our club like they're treating their club, I'd be rather peeved off.
No, Newcastle fans are pissed for sure.
Sports talks back now. He's trying to get a good version. I wouldn't focus on too much on where Nico Riley plays on paper. He invariably pushes up anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's going to do that, Magnus. Again, you're doing that as a Pep system. I don't know whether he will do that under Maresca.
No, I mean,
this is the unknown part.
I can see Maresca easily treating O'Reilly like Cucurella. Yeah, I can see that easily.
I think Nobbins did a video, didn't he, about Maresca's tactics, and he does tend to use at least one of the fullbacks as like an additional midfielder, so almost like a second six, if you like. So that could happen.
Yeah, Grealish will be gone. Calvin Phillips has now done his move to Sheffield United on loan.
So did you say that's a loan or permanent?
Loan.
Loan, okay. Well, that'll see. I think they'll see him out to the end of his contract, won't it?
No, I think he has another year.
I think he's got 2 years, Calvin.
But they're paying his wages, all of it, right?
I don't know. I don't think they can afford 150.
Yeah, I don't think all of it. Maybe like half or a good amount.
Well, if it was the other Sheffield, they definitely wouldn't.
Yeah, 2028. He signed a 6-year deal.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Who the fuck gave him that contract?
Can we not?
6-year deal. He spent 18 months at Manchester.
Wait, is
City.
it a 6-year deal?
The four now, he's been out.
I was thinking that was Bielsa getting in Pepsi.
No, is that a 5+1 though? Do we have an option?
So Bielsa working wonders at Uruguay at the moment.
It
An
might be a
option
5.
I never had.
No, I'm saying it might be a 5+1 where there's an option for us.
No,
to-
it was a straight 6.
6.
Can we not just buy him out? Can we not just buy him out the rest of his contract? I mean, I just don't see the point. If he's not on the play for done yet.
I reckon they will for the last 12 months. Because if he's been loaned for another 12 months and somebody's been silly enough to take up the entire salary, I am more than happy with that.
Fair.
More than happy.
I don't fully blame the PSR because you can get around PSR, Matthew. Just sell 1 or 2 players. Could have got. They spent 250 million last summer. I keep hearing Newcastle fans saying the Premier League have screwed them over with the rules. Some of them still haven't figured out yet that FFP or PSR came in 2014, not 2020.
Yeah, I mean, but they talk about of investors. You can't. I don't know that rule. That's the one a lot of people get hung about. But
Well, hang on, right.
still
Going
got to
back.
spend your money wisely, guys. You still got to spend your money wisely.
Babantu that says here, sorry if I've got your name wrong, mate. You can say whatever you want about BOUADDI deal, but all I know is that City will not be playing an under-20 player as their starting 6. He will need some time to grow into the role. Fucking big gamble in it, 80 million quid-ish.
Yeah, it is.
If you're going to use him as a starter. Are we
But I'm saying, like-
spending that on backups now?
No, that's why we're loaning him out. That's why we're loaning him out. It's fine.
Yeah, you got 10 years of him. He doesn't need to come in and be the guy straight away.
Every
What
time
I
you
want-
say it,
I
Ed,
think-
I just
I think-
fucking have Chelsea in my head.
I think what I want is Rodri to extend for 2+1, right? The +1 being an option, and BOUADDI to come if the only deal available is for him to come next year and have possibly 2 years with Rodri. So I think Rodri's going to fall in love with playing with Anderson. I genuinely think that. I think that's really going to help him decide on his future. I don't think it's the offer from City that's lacking, and it was made in May. The latest offer was made in May. I genuinely think he's thinking what's best for him because it's the end of it's the last contract he's going to get. My dream is that he extends for 2 years, and BOUADDI comes in then. And I'm very, very happy with the deal. I'm happy with the deal of BOUADDI staying if it's the only deal anyway. If that's the only deal, I'm a yes to BOUADDI regardless. So, but the dream situation is that Rodri does a 2+1. That takes Rodri up to being 32, 33. And BOUADDI comes in next season and finds his way with Rodri.
Right, that's
Rodri
fine.
Begins to
Are you
decline.
not
That's my dream. And there's
But
no
are you
reason
not
to-
short though, Trev, if you sell Kovacic and Reinders?
I don't want Kovacic to go, and I don't see why he should.
No, but he is going. He is going to go.
You've got that right. You've heard that
he's going.
right. Okay, that's a shame.
But this is
I
my
quite
this is
like
my thing. I don't. This is it's not. This is the bit that's in my head. You're selling Kovacic. Reinders is probably going. So that's 2 gone. You're left with
Right.
Nico J.
Do you think they'll sell Reinders even after 12 months?
Yeah, I do. You're left with 3 midfielders, mate. You'd still need to buy somebody.
Yeah, that's why the Tonali thing is the most.
This is why I think the Tonali thing is there. I know people might not like it, they may not fancy it, but the Tonali thing is there because you are looking at selling 2 or 3 midfielders are going. You can't sell 3 and only buy 1, or buy 2 but loan the other one for a year.
Unless Nico is going to move into midfield,
Well, then you need to.
or Rodri is going to go further
I don't
forward.
know.
Or what if they experiment with Vitor Hayes and maybe use him as like the 4th choice midfielder?
Nah, that was Pep.
Let's
Whoa,
not put that on
where are
Maresca.
you going here?
Yeah, let's not put that on Maresca.
Chelsea too much.
Let's not put that on Maresca. Let's
And I will say, by the way, what was I going to say? Even Chelsea have realised that model that works.
But hey,
Which
man,
is now why they're
you
going
started
for
their
it.
bid though, Martin. Come on, you started their bid $8 million. They're
Right?
being
But at the end
cheeky.
of the day, is Granit Xhaka. I think Granit Xhaka would be an astute signing for Chelsea. A very, very good signing.
No, but Sunderland said you're dicking around. We're not selling.
Sunderland would be silly to let him go, given the fact that they're in Europe.
Breaking out, Anderson has passed his medical in Kansas, had it completed his 116 move. Yeah, mate, Anderson's, it's done. Maresca will be announced this week. €8 million, 69 million. It's still a lot of money for him. Back up.
Governor's happy.
The backup is a bit of a pejorative term. The future would be the positive, happy clapper term.
I'd go for it and say the future is now.
Do you know what it is to me, Trev? It is, keep saying it. It depends. All right, then. I'll ask our 6 years question.
Hang on. Rodri's 30. He's never won a Spanish trophy. Think about that, Trevor. I'm not sure what you mean, but
I think it means that's why he wants to go back.
There were five. Yeah. Oh, okay. Because there were 5 players in our treble-winning team that were over 29.
Yeah, he's talking about he's won everything at City and he wants to go home and win something.
Well, depends how you look at that, because he has won a trophy for Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Entirely want to go to Spurs. I don't want it. Yeah, but again, we can't just have players who just want to come. You have got to sometimes have a little bit of a fight for a player.
Nah. If they don't want to come, but they're first.
Have you got a Manchester City poster up on your wall? Right, well, this is my thing. What are your expectations for this upcoming season with Maresca? Because your expectations are League and Champions League. Then, yes, we need to buy quality players, especially in the midfield. If you're happy to do we'll sort of manage it for the season and have a couple of decent cup runs and we have a go at the title, then it's different. And this is what I'm saying. What are your expectations for Maresca's first season?
You can't answer that until you get to the end of the window.
No, I'm asking right now.
With the players we have right now, with the
what
players
I'm asking is, Ed, for the players, if you want to win the league and win the Champions League, you've got to buy the top midfielders.
Yeah. If we get some of these deals across the line, then you, like we just said, you can't spend close to 400 million and say we're just going to do some cup runs. I think you have to say we need to be going as deep as possible for the title. You know, if we don't get across, kind of like this season, we don't get across the line, but the last 2-3 games were there. I think that's a quality season. I wouldn't say that's a failure of a season. You know, with a first-year manager. You know, can we go deep in some other cups or deep in the Champions League? Would that make me happy? Yeah, but I wouldn't be kicking and screaming if that's what we do.
I think good big up panel, big up mine, afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are. I think
stay safe. You scare me every time you come on here driving. You scare the shit out of me.
It's hands-free, it's all right. Fine.
I've just got fucking clips of us getting clipped up with you doing a 3-wheeling split all over
I think with Maresca in the league, we should just go one place better than we did last year.
Right, so you want to win the league?
Yes.
Okay.
Not a lot has changed with the team, really. We're adding to it. We've not got rid of anyone yet, really. We're just adding to it at the moment. So what's the difference? What's changed?
The
only thing that's going to change is the system. Yeah. And if the system works with the players we've got.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
But that's a big piece, Gov.
Well, true. That is. And that system might involve players that didn't get a game with Pep. You never know. You just don't know.
It's
obviously we won't know till after the World Cup, will we? We won't know because there's no one going out at the moment. We're looking at people coming in. So You know, it's going to be a madness after the World Cup, I think.
It is.
I think it's an interesting context. But has anybody, like, okay, are Arsenal our biggest rivals next season? And who are they signing? Who are they chasing? Who are they after? How are they improving? Because what I see at Arsenal now is Gyökeres, who is better than Haaland, apparently, is going for next to nothing. I don't see them. I see them.
Well, if they get Bruno G, that would be a big upgrade off Zubimendi.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't believe that. Can't believe they're going to get it. That can't. I think it's the same with all the teams, Trevor. I think you're not going to see a lot. You're going to get the noise as usual. But I think after the World Cup, it's just going to go crazy, I think. I don't think they do much when the World Cup's on. Any team.
Yet no one was having that before the World Cup started, and everyone was demanding that players give us answers now. Schizophrenic families.
Yeah, well, we wanted the manager in. We wanted the new manager in before a player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and then life
that's
happens.
not been announced.
But are any of our
John is
rivals?
doing this to wind me up every week now.
Who do we think are our rivals?
Well, I
for
mean,
this
Arsenal are kind of like how we were in the past years, right? They don't really need to do much. They only need one or two players in a certain area.
Okay, Ed. All right. If Arsenal get Morgan Rogers and Bruno Guimaraes, does that improve them?
I'm not the biggest. See, Arsenal struggle against low blocks, and I don't think. Yes, Morgan Rogers can shoot from long distance, but I don't think he's like consistent like that. To like, I don't.
Saka looks cooked at the World Cup. Looks like he'll never get back to what he was.
If they get Bruno G, though, I think Bruno G would be a needle mover for their midfield because I rate him.
Yeah,
but I don't see him.
He'll need more than 2 weeks on holiday.
All right. Sorry. I just realised that's a mirror and that's Pat's leg. When I looked at that at first, I thought that Pat was doing a Tom Little then. And then I realised it's a mirror with his leg going up and down. No, it would just look really dodgy on the camera. What's he doing?
Yeah,
Thank you. You're getting DC going there, Pat.
Sorry to audience, I made any of you a bit cross-eyed and sweaty.
That's got to be worth a £2 super chat. A bit of leg.
I don't know. All I saw was a leg with something going up and down.
Sorry if I let the cat out the bag about the OnlyFans channel, mate.
The only City Fans channel.com.
Thank you very much, Paul.
There we go. Well, thank you. So I'll go out and get
sex sells, mate. We got Magnus ready to get his balls out last week, and someone gave it a £2.
one quid for each.
Rest in peace.
OnlyCityFans.com coming soon.
Rest in peace, Martin Senior. May you now rest peacefully, free from pain. Thinking of your Martin and family during this difficult time. Thank you so much. That will go towards the Alzheimer's Society Fund. Thank you so much, Paul. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I just remind everyone I won't be around on Thursday or Friday because I'm at my dad's funeral. So we'll be back. And then next week we'll only doing Monday, Tuesday because then I'm going away to get pissed as a fart for 2 weeks. So deal with it. But if something breaks, we will.
Is this the Turkey trip or the Cyprus trip?
Cyprus. Turkey trip. There is no Turkey trip.
Yeah, I know, but you were lining up some minor adjustments, weren't you?
No. There's no minor adjustments.
Yeah, it's definitely not minor. No, sorry, definitely not minor.
Let's get somebody sponsor this channel so we can send Martin to Turkey. Let's.
I need to go more than him. I want some hair again.
Right, Trevor.
Yeah.
What are your expectations for the season? Come on.
Man, boring.
The only expectations I've got is that Australia will win the World Cup. So I didn't expect you to do this early. I didn't expect you to do this early on. Like, when's this going to be in July? Why aren't we asking these questions in July once the transfer business is done?
No, I will. The reason I'm asking, Pat, is because, again, there's a reason I'm asking now. I'm asking because are your signings based on your expectations, or are you willing to give these players the time to bed for the year and not... What I'm basically saying is I don't want to buy a young player like Savio and 18 months later we'll all say, you shit, get out.
Yeah. Well, we've only made one signing so far, so top 4.
Yeah, well, this brings me back to my thing. Apparently Anderson's shit.
Yeah, so top 4.
Is what I'm reading everywhere. Anderson is shit. He's overrated.
Right, top 5. Top 5. Coefficient will get us in.
It was weird. Anderson's already got the city tax. Anderson is the worst player in the world. People are saying Alex Scott is bigger. Alex Scott is better than Elliot Anderson all of a sudden. Man United fans are now saying that he shits when they sat with their dick out at Old Trafford begging him to sign.
Oh, and they don't want Mateus Fernandes for 90 million, a player who helped get West Ham relegated.
Guys, if you do want to join, the link is in the chat. Yeah, I don't know.
It's now officially Anderson's fault if we don't win the World Cup, and not the fact that we're going to be playing at the Azteca Stadium against Mexico at altitude, which is how we're going to go out.
And they've lost about 2 games in
by the way.
They've lost 2 games in the Azteca in about, is it 2 or 3 games in about 56 or 57?
2 games in 52 they've lost at the Azteca.
But apparently it's Anderson's fault.
Meanwhile, Australia play Egypt in probably what's going to be 100-degree heat in the middle of the day in Dallas. Right.
Yeah.
So, prime time, why don't they have that on at about 7, 8 p.m. over in Dallas, where it's probably going to be less than about 80 degrees?
But even if we get through
come on, what are we doing here? Martin, it comes back to what we said before. It's like, I said on one of the World Cup Suite group chats we have, they said, I'll keep an eye on any fixtures that are going to be down in Florida or even Atlanta, because I'll be like, okay, I'll set my alarm or something to watch that game. And then you wake up and you go, oh, thunderstorm, it's been delayed 3 hours. Well, there goes me sleep.
So he said Mainu's better than Anderson. Exactly. All the United fans, I mean, big up Said, but no, Mainu can't even get in the England team. What are we doing here?
I mean, he should be out of Henderson.
And then what made me laugh is Anderson got the blame when, for some weird reason, Tuchel had been playing him with a double pivot every time he's played for England. Yesterday,
against the team that plays a low block.
Single pivot.
Against the team that plays a low block, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to play you as a single pivot. And then you wonder why he's fucking... I mean, guys, I do worry some people, I'm sorry, they know football, but they don't know tactics of football. There is a big difference. And I'm not trying to be a tactical or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, can people start fucking using their brain cells?
Yeah. Him and Declan Rice against a low block is...
If Elliot Anderson had signed for United or signed for Arsenal, you'd have your dick in your hands telling me he's the greatest signing since booking football ever began. And he didn't join City because of 115. This, that, and the other. And Pep, because we got told no one was signing for City when Pep left, because Pep was the X factor. Pep was this. Pep was that. Well, bollocks to all of you. Fuck you. You can't afford him. You wanted to dick around with us. You wanted to go band for band. We're now going to go band for band, because now we'll get the checkbook out. Yeah. Unlike all your clubs, our checks don't bounce.
The other thing is that
we don't have to call Ocean Finance.
Go fuck yourself.
If we spent £2 million this transfer season, they'd be accusing us of trying to buy the league. So we might as well try and buy the league. It don't fucking matter what we spend. They're going to say we're buying the league no matter what. If we spent 20 million, 50 million, or 400 million, the accusations, like with 115, when we're exonerated for 115, they're going to still call us cheats. I'm over it. Do you know? Because it's their narrative. It helps them cope with the fact, especially United fans, that their owners are absolute shit.
No, but
they don't give a shit.
Teddy Flowers. 116, 150, 197.
Jesus.
Then he went to 250 because we were including his fucking train fare.
And his wages and fucking...
No, next week you'll say the transfer fee was he'll tell us the transfer fee was in Turkish lira. So then it'll be like 675 billion, yeah.
And then they'll do the Haaland thing. But what's the real transfer fee? Not the one they're lying to the media about. What's the real secret?
Or what's the real release clause? Yeah, sure, no worries.
Off the books. Fucking idiots.
I find it amusing when we get referred to like the small club and this and that, whatever, but the amount of views they get on videos talking about City's charges and City signing so and so, whatever. Like Terry Flews, like you just mentioned, the amount of
they don't care, total. They don't care about us.
Yeah. Apparently.
Lee Gunner's just called them all out. Go and watch Lee Gunner's channel from the other day. He goes on a little bit too much about the journalist who got banned from the BBC for 10 years. What's he called? He's an absolute dickhead. Jacobs. He goes on about Jacobs a little bit too long.
Ben Jacobs?
Ben Jacobs, yeah. He skips past the Jacobs. You can skip past the Jacobs bit because he goes on about Jacobs for about 20 minutes. But then he just nails all of the others like Fleurs, who works for Goldbergs. And he just exposes them all.
Look,
again.
I don't
it's beautiful.
Never have spoken to Ben Jacobs. Why? Because the people I speak to know their shit. They don't make stuff up.
Well, he's
so this is the first I've heard of it. How come he got banned for 10 years?
He hijacked a live feed. He was freelancing for the BBC. He hijacked a live feed and just swore all over it. And the BBC banned him. The BBC just banned him. It was 10 years ago. The BBC banned him. He claims that it didn't happen, but the BBC had absolute proof because it was on his password and he was on CCTV in the room when it happened. And nobody knows why he did it. But yeah, Lee Gunner goes through it. If you're interested in that bit of it, go and watch the first 20 minutes of Lee Gunner because he's forensic. He just says it as it is. And the BBC will never employ him again. And then all of a sudden he's back after 10 years as an ITK, lying. And he's absolutely lying. He's not being incompetent. The 150 million was a lie. And he knew it was a lie because there were enough outlets out there already reporting it accurately at 160. Because I think City and Forest actually started to put feelers out to correct the messaging on this. Because I don't think it does Forest any good, and it definitely helps people lie about City. Look, even Boovy was putting it out at 130. That wanker knows nothing about our club. How he's become a representative of our club online and gets invited onto the big channels is beyond me, because even he put in his thumbnail 130 million and lied about it. Right? It was 116 million. And the other thing that Jacobs did was he said that City have not a buyback clause on Morgan Rogers. He said that we'll get what do they call it when you get a 10%
sell on. Yeah.
He said we had a sell on clause that died when we sold him to Middlesbrough, when Middlesbrough sold him to Villa. That ended. But Ben Jacobs was saying that, and I think it was on TalkSport. He was saying it live, and he just did. He didn't do the research, or he lied. I'd go with the fact that he lied, given his history. He's just lying. Don't get it.
Don't they all, though?
Well, no, not all. I mean, there are good guys out there. You know, Ornstein's a good guy. Sam Lee's a good guy, usually, even if he's not on one. There are good people, you know. If you ask Newcastle fans, they'll tell you that Edwards, who got in a bit of a kerfuffle with Romano last week, calling Romano out and explaining how Romano's business model works, they'll tell you they don't like him, but he's straight. You know, they don't like him personality-wise, but he's straight. Most fans will have the ones that they trust. We do.
Don't we get the same? Sorry, don't we get the same sell-on with Alvarez?
Oh, there is a seller with Alvarez.
There is, yeah, 10%,
Yeah.
I think.
Happy
Okay.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Getting 20 million off Real Madrid. Lovely. Getting the money out of him might be a problem because they ain't got any.
yep.
Probably get it on
Don't
Madrid.
they still owe the bloody CFG for the stadium upgrades?
Yeah,
Because that was a line from ADUG.
yeah. Barca's stadium.
Hmm.
And by the way, they don't owe us 17 million on Torres. We sold the debt. We got 95% off a debt collector. So we sent in a bailiffs. But we got the balance from Torres. We got that quite a while ago, and we sold the debt to the bank. But they're not paying the bank either.
What a shambolic club they've become, Barca, honestly.
Yeah,
Such a shame. Such a shame.
yeah. Apparently, we still got that buyback for Morgan Rogers. Even though Middlesbrough sold him to Villa, not us.
Yeah. Who's acting like the Galacticos in modern football right now, and who's living on the fumes of their
Manchester
reputation?
City at the moment, Trev. We're the ones
Manchester
acting like the
City and
Nah,
Galacticos.
PSG. I say PSG.
Man City and PSG,
Yeah.
two clubs that are acting like who they are, right? Barca acting like they're shopping at fucking Aldi's Magic Aisle, because they've got no money and they owe us money, or we bailed them out for their studio build.
Yeah.
And Real Madrid have got the biggest liquidity crisis that they've ever faced. Real Madrid are sniffing around and unsettling players who are coming up to their last year to try and get them all on a free. And they're succeeding at it. They've been doing it. They've been at it for 3 years. They're not getting
Madrid.
everyone,
Madrid
but
are
they're
getting
doing
close.
it.
Yeah. Madrid are getting
That's
close
not
to
how-
the free bank.
That's not how Galactico clubs operate. How PSG and City operate is we are the new order. Get used to it.
Hang on.
I like that. New order.
Hang on. I'm not happy. There
I
are
would like a place just
281
to
of
call
you.
my own.
There are 281 of you currently watching on YouTube. You're legends. There's 200 of you watching on Twitter. You're legends. Now,
Brilliant.
it's nice. I like the number, but we've only got 115 likes.
Well,
Stop being a fraud.
116.
that's the base. That's
116 on my
the
street.
base.
I mean, that's a nice base, but we don't
That's
do
your
base.
that's your bare minimum. Then let's
We don't
move on from that.
At the Mancunian way. They
Yeah,
give you quality.
yeah.
So
I think it only shows up to 115.
Get up to Terry Floor's numbers. Get up to 223. One for every one like for every £1,000,000.
tell you what, we should have a like for every pound that Elliot Anderson's fee goes up in the next 2 days. So we should be at about
Bet
500,
Jacobs gets
500
paid by that other fucking liar, Alex Crook.
You guys
just
should also
a
call out
bullshit
City X accounts. What do you mean? Like who? Who do you
Bro,
mean?
did you see Expression was on TNA? That's crazy.
I do. I call out a lot of CX accounts.
Questions
What's
is
your
on
problem?
TNA.
Yeah. He introduced the wrestler.
Did that?
Hmm.
City Extra, one of the worst. They're not sources, City Ball. Right. Here's the difference.
They're
what City
aggregators.
Extra- They're an aggregator. What they do is, see, this is what Trevor's been doing, which I love his thing. This is what Trevor is making people realize there's a difference between an aggregator and an actual source. Because what they're doing is, which I love Trevor at the minute for this, Trevor is they're putting at the source. So ESPN Brazil, they click on it, the story is not
Can't
there.
find it.
What
Yeah,
it is,
you have to go to the website.
They've aggregated it from somewhere else, which has then been aggregated. So it's getting aggregated 3 and 4 times.
There was a beautiful example of this yesterday. Okay. Romano's interview was put out first by one account and he'd done a bad edit of it. So he clipped it out. You can't clip up Romano on YouTube like you used to. So what you have to do is download the video, put it into your video editor, cut out the chunk you're interested in, which is the bit about BOUADDI, right? The first guy who put it out chopped off the last 20 seconds, which had quite important information on it, right, about PSG, all to do with BOUADDI, right? Everyone else, right, within minutes, I went to when I saw the end missing, I wanted to know what the end was, and it turns out it was quite important. So I went to YouTube, downloaded it, put it into a video editor, chopped the whole thing out, and posted my own version of it, right, which had all of it, right? Because I've got a small account, nobody clipped up my version of it, which is fine. I just wanted the accurate thing out there, right? It took me 10 minutes, right? But everybody else, all the aggregators were clipping up that guy's original video, which had the last 20 seconds missing. So it was easy. And there were dozens and dozens of them. And you could see where they got it from. You could watch the whole thing happen. And they were posting an incomplete video because they couldn't be asked going to YouTube and seeing the whole thing, listening to it and going, hang on a minute, they're 20 seconds missing. Off the end of that was quite important about PSG's intentions. So, you know, I got quite a lot of views on mine, which was interesting.
Happened,
nothing like he got, and nothing like the aggregators.
Sorry, Trev. When that happens, if that goes 3 or 4 times, does that story change along the way?
No, well, sometimes it does. I mean, the amount of stories that were generated from that first Morello thing, right? Earlier on, I went through the whole sequence of the BOUADDI story, and the first one was one paragraph in a Spanish ESPN Spain, and it was one paragraph. The whole article was 20 paragraphs, and it was all about Real Madrid's financial crisis, right? But there was one paragraph that mentioned BOUADDI, and then when he did his radio interview, he referred to that article, right? So the first 2 big kerfuffles about it, right? But even the first thing he said went from that to he's finished his medical, the deal is done on the same day, from aggregators and bullshitters.
Right.
You know, astonishing. That was on the first day, the first story about BOUADDI. I got another guy who posts paragraphs long stuff as though he's got information, and it's just his opinion. But he doesn't present it as opinion. He presents it as he knows something from the club. He's got 319 followers. Give me a break. Works in football. Me ass.
Yeah.
Just looking at all these things, I've just realised all the.
Oh, the sound clips, yeah. Yeah, this one's pretty good.
I know you have to go, mate. Is there anything you want to add before you drop, mate?
Just looking forward to seeing what unravels with the transfers, and I hope there's a few surprise signings. I mean, it'd be nice to get a new winger in or something, but we'll just see how things unfold. But yeah, thank you for having me on, and speak to you.
Oh, you're always welcome, mate. Just let us know.
Cheers, mate.
Take care now. Good night.
Well done, mate.
By the way, have you just put this in part? I didn't know you'd done
I put a few of them in, I think. Yeah.
Right now, you can fuck off and
What's going on here?
until you think you're fucked off.
Gets
far
inside.
enough.
Would have, yeah. There's a few ones. Obviously, I've got this one in line for Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Give me boo. 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 That's the city thing. Boo.
Right,
Yeah,
take it off. We will get copywritten on that.
Right.
Emotional damage.
I can't stand that guy. I've met him. I can't stand him. He's a wanker.
Right now, you can fuck off and keep on fucking off until you think you have fucked off far enough.
That made sense just a few minutes ago, talking about Flores and Goldbridge and that.
Okay. Oh, well, one thing I will say is it says a lot in this world when I'm actually looking at Goldbridge and I'm going, you know what? The guy's talking a lot of sense. He's the only one that ever taught sense on this Elliot Anderson shit. He went, you know what? I don't know why everyone's going.
Yeah, he
said,
replied to
"Oh,
Piers
nice,
Morgan. He replies to Piers Morgan.
No, because he's happy his boyhood club's got 116 million coming in.
You know, well, that's also true.
Bit.
And Piers Morgan, you fake little Arsenal fan. Yeah, giving it the big one, Mr. Morgan. You can go fuck yourself as well, sunshine.
Look, Morgan is a master.
Right?
Morgan is a master. He wants you
You've
to
touched on
respond like that.
Newcastle, haven't you?
He doesn't mean anything he says, like most of them on the big channels. They don't mean anything they say. Nobody on TalkSport means anything they say. They are told what to say by their producers to provoke people. And they're just, I've come up with this phrase, shit clickers. Click
posters.
The click shitters. These
that when you
professional
say-
people are employed to go on the camera and shit clicks for a living. That's Rory. That's all of these people. Rory is the one that they get when the others go, I'm not fucking saying that. People.
Why shouldn't he? But Trev, why didn't he join the great Man United? That's what I want to know. But surely Elliot Anderson would have always chosen the great Man United.
Biggest club in the world.
Over Manchester City.
Biggest club
Of
in
course
the
you
world.
would have done. You'd do that if you were a player, wouldn't you? If you were a player right now, would you rather go to a Pep-less Manchester City, or would you like to go to a Michael Carrick domination?
I can't believe Ian Wright. I can't believe Ian Wright said that.
Right,
That was great.
Yeah, I can't believe he said that. Yeah,
His kids were at City. Stop it.
can't believe it.
Three
give a
sons at City. One of them City
Yeah, he doesn't
legend.
give a shit. Shawnee Wright, I don't know if you watched this, mate. Have a word with your dad. Sort him out.
Yeah, yeah. Is this the new Pat? Hey?
Pep's gone. Why would he come to City?
I know this soundboard. I'm going to start sounding like a radio DJ down in South
Oh,
Florida.
yeah.
I like
Good
Roddy.
point.
Christian.
Good point,
I know he
City ball,
doesn't-
but apparently he comes
I get
after
on with him.
people.
I get on with Roddy. He's been on the channel before. I know he's not. Listen, I know people don't like everyone on Twitter. People don't like me on Twitter. I just don't peddle shit on Twitter.
Yep. Anyway,
Right.
and
Is there any other signings? Oh, no, I like Daz. Leave Daz alone. Daz is a good lad, Daz. Is there anyone else that you sat there looking at all the signings? Because here's one. Winger. Diamandi's gone now. Ed, where are you going with the wing now? Because this is the one area we have no links on.
I would say if Savinho does go, I mean, it's a tough decision because, like, I was seeing some people say, do you want to put Cherky out on the wing at times?
Well, I have got a Phil Foden question in a bit.
Somebody, I seen some people say that, which I'm not
Well
opposed
said,
to
Welly Boo.
having Cherky out on the wing sometimes.
It's an option.
Yeah, it's definitely an option. And then my guy between everybody, I'll probably say Ndai. That'll probably be the guy I would probably go for. He can play on both sides. He can play down the middle if needed.
Right, so Ndai, Everton, when I look at his stats,
He's okay with being a backup.
Yeah.
But is there?
I mean, that's what I saw initially. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just
because everyone does this. He's okay to be a backup. Now, this is my point. I don't mind because, by the way, he's 26. He's not 19. He's 26. And I've heard some people talk about him like he's 21 and 22. He's 26 years old.
So what you getting at mine? You saying he wants first team football?
No. What I'm saying is at 26.
I'd say 26 is fine, but buying him in his prime.
Yeah.
I'm
About to hit prime.
I'm
Or about to
sorry,
hit prime,
players can't just walk straight in. You got to fight for the place. We want a strong bench.
Right.
he's going to talk about mentality, though. He's going to bring up.
Bloody hell, can I get me sentence out, boys, for your jump on me bloody throat here? Jesus Christ, my man.
I knew where you were
Give me a
going.
minute, man.
Let the
Chat,
fucking old
you love it when we fight.
Anyway, we're talking about English players, so before we start,
You're trying to get the fucking ball down, you.
I knew where you were going, Martin.
Right. 32 appearances.
Let's continue.
6 goals, 3 assists. He's had a career. Sheffield United under 23s. Went to Hyde United. Went back to Sheffield United. Played at Marseille. And then went to Everton.
But he's coming to us in a better side.
Right. So what would Ndai bring, considering when you look at Maresca's tactics, he generally plays one out-and-out winger.
No, but I've seen him. I've seen him play touchline. I've seen him play inside. I think.
Yeah.
This is what I'm asking. This is what I'm trying to get at. I've not watched a lot of.
Yeah, because if it's going to be one winger, there's only one person in that conversation for me. And that's Doku. And even then, compared to what he was doing over the last couple of seasons, he is playing a lot more direct than what he used to.
And you've also got Antoine Semenyo. You just dropped 65 million bags on.
Yeah.
Which Semenyo's a little bit different because again, he's not as wide playing. He doesn't. It's certainly nowhere near as. He doesn't try to expand the pitch as much as Savinho did. He's more a wide forward than he is an actual out and out winger.
Ash is saying he wants Savinho to stay.
Yeah, as Ed said, it depends on Savio, but we need a backup for Doku and Semenyo. But,
yeah.
I mean, I've said that's the safest place to play a younger player like McKay as backup. Yeah. It's the safest place to do that. You can't do that at the back. And up front, we just need a backup for Haaland, which
so this is where
Casa can do that.
So this is where I'm coming to your point then, because people are already talking Desiree Doué. Desiree Doué is not coming in to leave PSG to sit on our bench.
No one got the best club football, the best project in world club football at the moment.
Yes, if you're going to get someone like that, then Semenyo's on the bench for me.
Right. So back to my question: why are PSG willing to get rid of Desiree Doué or Barcola then?
No, they're ready to get rid of Barcola.
Why? I don't want him.
Why?
Don't want him.
Because here's my question: aren't we meant to be competing with PSG? So this is my question back.
Well, yes, but are we ready to compete with PSG yet? No.
If he's not good enough for PSG, what makes him good enough for Manchester City is my question.
Different ways of playing, maybe? I don't know.
This is what I get. No, and to Trevor's point, Trevor comes through this loads.
I don't believe that, but I'm just saying.
You do get static when you get that question. If you're not good enough for PSG, why?
Because the problem for me is I feel like we're 2 or 3 seasons behind competing PSG in Champions Leagues at the moment. And there's a lot of teams that are probably the same as well too. I'm put it down. I'd be very surprised if PSG don't get a 3-peat the next season. I'll be very surprised. They're the benchmark at the moment, and whether it means sometimes you have to double into their squad, then so be it. Because they're always going to try and improve. Sometimes the best way to improve is actually taking what they've used for previous success.
There's one player I won't mind getting, but I don't like when we've got rid of someone. I don't like getting them back in a way because we've got rid of him, even though he was young, and that's Brahim Diaz. I do like him as a player. I really do. He's a workhorse.
Yeah,
and
but
he's got that bit of flair.
A winger, though. He's not a winger.
Let's go get Taylor Howard-Bellis at the back there.
I ready to put Cherky on the wing.
Get Marcus Lopez back. He was a gun.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like him.
Bruno Zuccolini. He was incredible. He was severely underrated.
He
was like a modern-day Danny Allsop.
I'm going to say this with everyone that we're being linked with. People are going to think I'm crazy here. We don't care. People can call me crazy with this. With the people we've been linked with, I'm not against keeping Savinho.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think nobody is.
Oh, jeez.
Are you allowed on here, you?
I don't think.
Big up, mate. Hope you're well.
I don't think nobody is against keeping
Savinho. New job's going well. Even
one more season.
We all know Savinho wants to go. That's the whole thing. We all know he wants to leave.
Right? How do you know? Has he told you?
Martin,
are you believing ITK?
Okay, let me say this. We all know his team wants him to leave because his team is like in every player's.
He wants him to leave doesn't mean he wants to leave.
Martin, he's liking every Tottenham player's post.
I think. Sorry, Ed.
Just because your girlfriend wants to break up with you, don't mean you want to break up with them.
If Pep was still here, he'd want to go. Pep's not here now.
We're coming to Mamouche in a bit, Peter. I promise you that is one we are going to talk about.
Gunnar, I think it'd be the other way around. If Pep was here, I think he'd want to stay, but now Pep's gone, I think he would want to leave.
Well, I don't know. Once you get murmurs and rumours like from last season, it's sort of on the cards, isn't it? Once it gets mentioned.
See, this is another one, Noosa, that keeps getting mentioned again. I'm happy with Sabino than getting it. I'm watching Nusa and I'm not getting excited.
But Martin, this guy is not going to be a mainstay guy. He's going to be a guy that comes in and does rope, you know.
So that this brings me to the Ndiaye point then. You just said he's not going to be the main guy. So why would he leave Everton to come to City to not be one of the main guys at 26 years old? He's about to go into...
Especially Everton knocking on the door of Europe, by the way.
Martin, we talked about this all the time. Sometimes you need soldiers. And I think...
You can't pick my fucking quotes.
I think Ndiaye, let's be honest.
Don't start using the army stuff against me.
Oh, 1 sec.
Oh, shit. Get that shit off.
And I think
so I have to play it.
Some players are willing to come in on clubs and win trophies. I don't think that's a...
Oh, that's fine. No, that's fine. I'm not denying any of that. I'm just asking because to me, the winger market is the market that is the least excited at the minute. I don't look at many wingers out there. Someone gave me one the other day. What about Rodrigo at Madrid again? Fuck off. Fuck off. I'm scoring more goals than him right now.
How do you really feel about it?
I'm scoring more goals than Rodrigo right now. But what you see is Rodrigo. He's Brazilian. He's from Real Madrid. He's got his 85 rating on FIFA. He'll do. No.
Everyone was crying. Everyone was going on about that Yildiz. And what I've seen of him, he's pretty average.
No, he's another one who's...
Anybody's going to look at it when they come up against Australia.
Chat, yeah, true. Yeah.
What about
chat and everybody? Who are the 3 best right wingers in the world right now?
Well, that's what I was about to ask you. After the right or the left?
No, on the right. And Docky's got the left nailed down, I think. I don't want to talk about that either. I want an answer to this question. Who are the best 3 right wingers in the world right now? Who do they play for?
I mean, you got to put Dembele there.
Dembele? Okay.
Yamal.
And Yamal's usually the wider starting player than Dembele's a bit more direct.
Edge said the best 3.
Slightly a bit more,
well,
yeah.
Let's take those 3 now. Now, give me the next.
Slightly, but they're still in principle the same player. Yeah.
All right. So let's take them 3. There's debate, but it's not helpful. Who are the next 3?
Right. Well, according to the best wingers in the world as of June 2026, there is right, wherever. Right. What age? You need to give me an age bracket.
No.
That doesn't matter.
Just in general, I'm not really too worried if they're 20 or 30. I don't really care.
Well, according to this, Michael Lisi, Desiree Dua, Brian and Bremo's on there, Esteban and Lamine Yamal.
No, I mean, after...
What website is that? ManUnitedGlaze.com.
No, football
analytics.
The Stretford Pillock. Yeah.
The Stretford Pillock.
No, because they're going off.
Anywhere near that.
They're going off stats.
Can I put a name in there? That Liao?
Liao.
Nah, he's a left winger. He's a left winger.
He's one quick player.
So come on, we need these. We got 3 right wingers. Who are the next?
It's all potential after that, though, Trev. It's all potential.
Right? Is it? I think that's interesting, Ed.
I think that Liao.
Semenyo off of stats is a top winger. If you just look at his stats, he's a top winger.
Okay, so he's in the top 4. Anyone else?
But I think Liao is a bit like Semenyo in a way.
Wrong side.
But he's quick.
Yeah, Liao's on the left, and I don't
Doesn't
know.
matter. We need backup. We need backup for both sides, really.
No. Try and stay with this question though, because I'm trying to find somebody.
He's saying the best wingers on the right side. He's asking who's the best.
Yeah, who we might be able to go for.
Madueke.
Madueke me ass. If you just want someone to run the ball over the
Give
over
that
the
person
line.
a timeout, Martin.
Rafinha? No, not Rafinha.
Why, what's
Not
Craig
Rafinha.
going for?
Come on, we need 2 more.
You can put Ryan? No, right. That's all potential, guys.
So there's a big glut of really good wingers, is what we're saying. But there's an oversupply of potential wingers.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Right. Is Savinho one of the potential wingers then?
Yeah, to a degree, yeah.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, to a degree.
We've got him. So
And we already got him, right? So
Yeah.
it just saved us some money.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to be here.
Maybe.
Do you think Savio's just holding out until Maresca actually comes in just to see what Maresca actually has intended for him?
I don't see anyone bidding for Savio.
Because I mean,
What you've got-
Savio's in a position where it doesn't matter if he does it today or he does it on the last day of the transfer window. It doesn't matter. He's got time on his side. He's got
I
time
think
on his
what
side.
you've got to look at is when the new manager comes in, right? He's gonna get with the players that are not at the World Cup. So he's gonna have that set of players with him first. Do you know what I mean?
And they'll all be taking him cakes and treats. You know, turning up at his office, leaving
They
toffees on his
better know how to make a good cannoli because they better know how to make a good cannoli because I'm sure he does, a bit Italian and everything.
So
yeah.
you might get your decisions after that. Once he gets that,
get him in the team for me.
that first group of players together, I think the decisions will be made then.
They're going to be kissing his ass like you wouldn't believe, right?
Maybe.
Phil won't have to because he's already probably known him for he's known him for more than 5 years. So
Barcelona.
Phil will be all right. He'll just be like, hey boss.
Have you seen that? Barcelona trying to buy Harry Kane.
Oh, yeah, he's been linked to Barcelona for...
Whoa. Where the hell does all this money come from Barca?
He only has a year left. I think he only has a year left on his deal, right?
It's called Spotify.
It'd be good there. No?
Even more coming in now.
That's why they're interested. They're trying to settle him from extending. That's what they do. It's
32
strategy.
as well.
Yeah, he only has... Let me see his contract. I don't think he has one.
It's just Harry Kane. Now, listen, my only thing is, what's the deal with Mikasa? Sign a deal till 2030, and I don't know. Echeverry's going back out again. If he can't be sold, he's going to be loaned.
Yeah.
River Plate can't afford the money to buy him.
Hurricane 1 year left.
He wanted to go back.
I think Victor Hayes will definitely see. He'll be one of the first ones on the plane to Asia. I could see him playing in every preseason.
Earlier,
yeah,
someone was
definitely.
asking me about centre backs earlier. We're not in for a centre back because we've got enough centre backs to cover everything. Ake probably is going to leave. That is one that may leave.
Do you think there's no chance of Madrid getting Diaz?
Diaz is going nowhere. Diaz is going nowhere. The club do not want to sell Diaz, and Diaz does not. He's not overly keen on leaving.
Captain
Diaz is staying.
We're not Chelsea.
Oscar Bob.
Bless him.
Liverpool are in for Ryan and Bacola. Yeah, Liverpool have moved to other targets now because of the Diamandi situation. The trouble is, again, to buy a winger, even to get Ndiaye, you're looking at 70 million probably.
Bowie. Interesting.
I don't think.
I mean, Bowen's a good squad addition.
He wants to leave.
No.
He can afford to leave.
Yeah. He's probably already agreed to take a 50% pay cut, for the championship and that, and then he'll get a big fat bonus once they get promoted next year.
I think Bowen's another Vardy, isn't he? He just stays where he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say what I said the other day.
There's a lot to be said for that.
Is Ryan McAdoo out of a shout?
No.
I think Mikhail and Mikasa are going to be those sort of academy players that we will see in the squad week in, week out. How much game time remains to be seen. But every weekend, when you look at the lineup, guaranteed on the bench there, they'll always be there. Right. And then when the Carabao comes around, when the FA Cup comes around, they'll be starting. You'll see them come on when we're 3-4-0 up with 20 to play. No different to when Phil Foden, or if you mentioned it before, Brahim Diaz did, Centurion season. We all saw him come on for little cameos for 20 minutes at a time. And you'd be surprised, I guess, as the weeks went on, you'd be surprised how much the minutes actually rack up once you keep doing that.
Yeah.
So,
How much time did they spend with MARESCA, Pat?
oh, so wait, he won. So like MARESCA won the PL2 in 2021. They would have been too young to be in that squad.
Right.
Then he was in around the squad, obviously as Pep's second in charge in 2023. I'm sure by then they would have been probably in the under 16s to 18s, maybe. Not necessarily on age, because we've seen some of the really young, really good kids come through at like 16, and they're already like knocking on the door of the under 23s, or 21s, basically. So I'm sure they've been in and around MARESCA in some capacity for several years already. So I'm sure they know him very well.
Yes,
Sure
someone's mentioned this, by the way. Impartiality said this. Johan Manzambe from Freiburg, he's been linked with Newcastle.
Oh, that's a midfield. Is he a midfielder?
No, he's a winger. Scored 5 goals, 5 assists for Freiburg. Listen, I am a bit put off from that situation. Maybe it is the Mamouche situation that's put me off. But he's only 20. Again, I'd rather keep Sabinho than doing this.
Yeah.
Go and get another 20-year-old from. I'd rather just keep.
I mean, you got Mike. What's his name?
I don't want to repeat Sabinho.
Yeah.
Mike.
Well, so what's your opinions on Mamouche so far? What's your opinions so far on Mamouche, Martin?
I think. Well, the news is in Mamouche leaves, they won't be replacing him.
Right.
He won't be replaced.
But where do you stand with it? Do you think he will stay?
No, I think he'll go. I don't know anything on that.
So then, if he scores the winner against Australia on the weekend, you're wanting to stay.
If I'm sure on what? On your Echeverri. Your Echeverri.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
I don't know. I like Mamouche as a player. I just don't know where he fits, Pat. Where does he fit, Pat? Someone give me an actual position for him.
No.
Well, we can, but I know exactly where you're going to go with this. We've been doing that. You've been doing that since we signed him. Where does Foden go? Where does Shirky go?
Well, this is my issue. We're buying all these midfielders. Well, Foden's got to have a fucking big season at this rate. You're buying all these midfielders.
Well, Martin, I'm going to put one of your questions back to you. Are we building a squad?
Yes, but
right.
So again, is Foden wanting to be a squad player?
But
I'm
so chuffed a bit we've got Anderson in, and I would just rather see a bunch go out. I just want to see the clear out before we start building up the squad again. I just want to get that out of the way, because really we can talk about this until we're blue in the face, but we need to get players out. This is the whole in terms of outings that we've probably had to do since the Centurion season.
Yes, there is interest in Malo Gusto. Yes, there is. We can get Bowen on loan and keep
Foden to perform. That's every season.
Yeah, Phil Foden's got to perform this season. I totally agree with you. I don't deny that. I'm not denying Foden doesn't have to.
Now, I'm going to put too much pressure on him now, but what I would hope is that he
louder. You've gone louder all of a sudden now.
Oh, right. What I would hope is he comes out of the gates hot at the start of the season. Because we're going to need it while there's so many players still out on World Cup duty. Yeah, they're going to take the time getting back into it, and I want to see him hot out the gates. I want to see him on a road season level form straight away, because he might be the key for us to bag a few goals that are the difference between drawing games and winning games by a single goal. So it was similar, like the crap season we had 2 years ago. It was like, who are the hottest players out of the gates for us? Basically, it was Kovacic and Oscar Bob. And I'm counting pre-season in this as well. Obviously, Oscar Bob got the terrible leg injury, and I think that's the reason why he's no longer at the club now.
We've just signed a winger, by the way. We're sending him out on loan to Monaco for a year.
The guy from Estactois. Yeah.
A year to potentially up to 2 years. He's called Matthias de Trobe. I want to say that right.
Yeah.
19 years old, French. Versatile left winger. His preferred his right foot, so he's someone who likes to go off the left and cut inside. He signed from Troy. Reported fee of around 25 million. Both clubs are under the City Football Group, making it a network move. He's expected to be loaned out immediately to continue his development to Monaco.
And if he plays in 5 games, he automatically is going to stay there another year unless City.
That's what I mean. Yes, potential 2-year loan.
Yeah,
It's do or die for Phil this season. I don't think it's do or die.
No, stop it.
I think that's a bit extra.
I just want him to start the season well, just to keep us, top, close to the top of the league. And then, if he does have a little bit of a drop off, towards the end of the first third of the season, I'm kind of okay with that. Everybody has dips in that, but like if he starts the season hot, it's actually benefiting us. Never mind just thinking about the player. You're thinking about is he doing it at the right time? Because we need a good start to the season.
That's right.
I did some research.
Match fitness until you're gonna need it.
Yeah.
I did some research because everyone knows that I'm boring about it. But Phil's season before last, everyone was shit. He wasn't, right? And then last season, he was brilliant until the end of December. He was on treble season form, and then everything dropped in January. So I did as much reading as I could around it. Probably a video coming up, but it will be about his agent, Raffaella Pimenta. Here's what happened around that time. Phil had tried, because John, his dad, was his agent, right? And John was, because Phil's name was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, John wasn't the right guy to go to that next stage of player agency, if you like. And, Phil looked outside. His first experience with an external agent was a nightmare. They put a post out in his name on his Instagram account, slagging Mbappe off, and Phil just fired them for that. So he had a problem with the first agents that he took on. Then he tried somebody else, and it was John again. And he was just back and forth, knowing that. And then he signed Raffaella Pimenta in the January, right? And she negotiated the new deal with City going forward. He also moved house to somewhere really private, right? So there's a lot going on. But I think she was part of that decision to get him out of where he was and being subject to tabloid intrusion and stuff like that. And now he's at a big old gaff with where the tabloids can't get to him, where he can't get hassled. So I think a lot happened in that last 3 or 4 months with Phil. And I think that Pimenta is a very calm influence. She's Haaland's agent. And I don't know whether Earl switched Phil on to her and said, look, I got this agent. She's brilliant, or whatever. She takes no prisoners. Her father, I think, was like a ruthless, very well-known South American agent. I can't remember his name. I've got it in my research. But she seems to be really competent. And you look at her roster, look at who else she's got, and she ain't got a million, but she's got probably 14 of some of the world's greatest players. And I think that that's going to make a massive difference to Phil. I think he's calmer. You've seen the off-season stuff that he's posting. He's having fun. He's loving football again. He's playing it with his mates. He's going fishing. He's settled in the new gaff. I think that she's going to be an important influence, not just on Erling and Phil, but I think some of our other players might be well advised to go and have a look at her and get out of
going to play this from Fabrizio on BOUADDI, just so people know where we're at.
I hope it's my one, because then it's complete.
Yes, it is.
Then, guys, let me mention again, Manchester City remain in conversations for BOUADDI, the talent from Morocco. Manchester City made contact with people closer to the player already some time ago. The idea, according to my information from Manchester City, would be, let's try to sign the player now for summer 2027. So let the player stay at Lille 1 more season and then eventually go to Manchester City in 2027. It's not done, but Manchester City are trying to work on this system, this structure of the deal. There are more clubs involved, because Liverpool had meetings, Arsenal had meetings, many clubs are keen. Paris Saint-Germain keep following the player. But why Paris Saint-Germain are not closing for one of the best talents in the French league? Because Paris Saint-Germain priority this summer is up front and in the back, centre back and players up front. This is the priorities for Paris Saint-Germain. This is why at the moment for BOUADDI they're not advancing, and this is why Manchester City are trying to take advantage and try to get the deal done eventually for 2027. Then, if in these conversations they will decide to do the deal now, I will let you know. But at the moment, it's still the kind of conversation.
So that's where you're at with the BOUADDI situation. We're in talks. We're trying to get the deal done for 2027.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
I don't understand. I don't agree. I'm with you, Martin, on this one. No good putting, if you get someone like that and put them back out on loan, the guy is performing now. Why are you putting him on loan?
I think because he won't play next season. A lot. You're not dropping Rodri.
It's a big season, Martin. He's not going to play 50, 60 games.
Well, Rodri's going to play. While Rodri's here, Rodri's playing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know people have got this idea that Rodri's just going to go into the shadows, into the background and disappear. I think even if it is Rodri's last season and he doesn't sign a contract, he's going to play.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'd run him into the ground. If we know his last season, you play him as much as you can. Get what you can out of him. But, like you say, he still can't do 60 games.
Just flog the dead horse.
Yeah. Why
they
not?
had words. Yes, they did have words, Spicer. They did have words. Then your question, are we doing too many plays in and do we need to be ruthless now? But I see you're doing that because I know you mean. What do you mean by ruthless? Because you keep bringing in Foden, Spicer. They're not going to sell Phil Foden. He's agreed a deal.
Spartacus, where are you at with this player? Where are you at with this Lille midfielder and us let him stay at Lille for another year?
I think it's a desperate fun, no planning and not really structuring something on the transfer window because he's nothing like TONALI. So if we're pivoting from TONALI to him, then there's something seriously wrong with the planning, if there is any planning at all.
What if we do both?
Then I don't know what we're going to do because there isn't enough positions in the midfield to play 7 players who all want to start at the same time. So
I mean, you would.
then that's squad planning.
I mean, we're saying if Kovacic goes, we're saying if Reiners goes.
Sorry. So you're going to have BOUADDI, TONALI, RODRI,
No, BOUADDI wouldn't
Turkey.
be here.
Okay, next the season after that. TONALI, Anderson, BOUADDI, Turkey, Foden, possibly one of Reinders or
No,
Nico
that's
Gonzalez.
what both of them could go.
Then that's bad squad planning again. Like, I'm sorry. I can't get behind getting.
Listen, the one thing I will say, I'm not saying if Nico G and Reinders both go, that was not bad errors. Not saying they weren't, but they're correcting them straight away. Don't mind making errors as long as you correct it. And they're correcting it.
If you're not giving them a chance to be...
I do agree that Spartacus, totally agree with you, that it was a fuck-up last summer then. And we misprofiled. Somewhere. If they're gone after a year and a half, we've misprofiled somewhere. I agree with that.
Yeah. Guys, I'm going to jump. He's got a few things to do before the start of the day.
Is Blues down under on this week? Because you don't...
So, Governor, you're good for what I think we agreed Wednesday at 7:30, or 7:30 our time, so about 10:30 your time, Martin.
Yeah, whatever. You set it up, mate. I won't be up.
Yeah, I think we're in agreement, but we'll let you know. We'll let you know a little bit later on.
No problem.
It should be Wednesday. Should be Wednesday just before lunchtime UK time.
Yeah, all right, then, mate. Big up.
Good. All right, everyone. See you later.
See you,
See you, Pat.
Ladies.
Have a good one.
Keep your mouth away from that muff.
Listen, I do agree. Selling Reinders.
It's got to be worth £2.
See, I'm not going to lie. Reinders, I would like to give him another season. I'm not saying I wouldn't.
I like him.
I do.
I still think there's a player there. But the question is, the club obviously think different. You're not going through top midfielders if you don't think you've made errors.
Or you're building a squad.
No, but even with a squad, you don't need 10 midfielders, Trevor. You don't need 10.
There's not 10 though, is there?
Yeah.
Well, if you keep Reinders,
Kovacic, Nico G, Reinders, Foden, Cherka, BOUADDI, TONALI, Anderson, RODRI.
TONALI?
No, this is who they're after. They are after him. People can sit and they can guess it all they want. That is actually being talked about.
All right. I don't know if you've touched on it, but with the TONALI situation, isn't he in trouble again?
No, he's not in trouble.
Yes.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's in trouble again.
He's back in trouble again.
Is he?
For what?
For what?
For betting again, I think.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
Don't think
Where's
that's
that
true.
come from?
Where was it from?
I think maybe they're just course correcting Spicer.
I know that there was a question mark about her escort thing, but I don't think Italian is really going to dive into the escort thing.
Can't remember where I heard it from now, but apparently, yeah, something's happened.
We can have a squad of 25. You can register 25 and then mix it up with the rest of under 21 players. It's where it's the homegrown comes more into effect for UEFA because you've got to have club trained.
And also to answer Dom Gecchio, who said, I think they said it's Lille's idea to sell him, but keep him for one more year. At the top of the show, we went through that whole sequence, and it was actually City who put that information out first, and then Lille's owner did a quote as well. So these are both primary sources.
Yeah.
So nobody can say whose idea it was. It may well have been our idea as well. It's 50-50 whose idea it was first. What I don't want to happen is some sort of narrative that this was Lille saying, this is how you're going to do it. I don't think that's the case. I think there was a convergence of that. Those statements that came out, they both came out a day apart. City was the first rumor about it. That's what Hugo was saying.
I'm not saying
even if it was something that Lille was telling City to do, it takes two to tango. City can go and be like, no, we're not buying him then. If we do buy him and sell him back, it has to, because if we buy him and then loan him back, we agreed to do that. It doesn't matter who had the idea first, we agreed to do it. We could just easily walk away and say, no, we don't want to do that.
That's right.
But I think there's enough evidence out there from primary sources, not ITKs and aggregators, that it was a kind of mutual thing. The both clubs wanted it. So I think that's a positive,
Right. By the way, just to loop his point, right? So he's saying about that. So we play a double pivot, right? So in the double pivot area, you will have RODRI, Elliot Anderson, Nico G, Mateo Kovacic, and Tonali to bring him in because you're at 5. You don't need 5 players for 2 spots.
We've got our main target.
If we're building a squad, how many do we need?
4.
We've got our main target.
Yeah, all the noises about Tonali going to Spurs and wanting to go to Spurs, right?
Then why is he not there then? If he's that desperate to be there, why is he not there?
The Spurs are probably fucking about with money like they always do.
Listen, every time we speak to people, you go through every journalist, they are saying Tonali's on City's radar.
Yeah. I'm not arguing against that.
I don't. So they are looking at it. This thing of it is what it is. I know people are saying about, I'm not going to start making allegations that we don't know about. That's why I'm not bringing it up.
What's the goal with Newcastle?
I don't know.
How long has Tonali got?
I'm not going to make those.
How long has Tonali got at Newcastle?
Pardon?
I don't know, but they don't seem that arsed that he's going.
No, but what gets
no,
me
they
is,
are. Oh, they
Question
are.
for the oil
of course
brothers.
they
They
are.
are.
No, they're very
Because if
harsh.
even
Very harsh
and
to go
Bruno
on
as well, if Bruno's getting mentioned to
Well,
Arsenal,
Bruno,
they don't want them
Bruno, I
players to go.
understand.
Newcastle don't want them to go.
Yeah.
They're knackered.
I'm worried about them. I'm really worried.
They are knackered. I don't know if you've touched on it, but I've seen a podcast with the Newcastle guys. It wasn't Baz, it was someone else. And they're going on about they want this new owner to come in for investment, because the big argument is whether to extend where they are. They can't extend too much because the buildings around the stadium are heritage. They can't touch them. They have got a block of land not far away, and whether to do the move, but they need investment. Without that, nothing's going to happen.
They're not, Cade. They have actually had conversations. They've had conversations, Cade.
So is that where the Newcastle stinginess is coming from? Is that the priority is a stadium?
Well,
that's wrong, Ray Jack, because they've just bought Lee's Terrace. They bought it.
But they can't go bigger because there's heritage buildings around the stadium. And they can't touch it.
No,
and they routinely, wherever they are in the league,
can we stop saying
99.9% occupancy.
Yeah, we need to stop saying, by the way, that
they've got like 50, they reckon they've got 50,000 on the list. Waiting.
They bought Lee's Terrace. They struck a deal with it.
So they're in the quagmire. They're up in the air, Newcastle. They're shocking.
See, I'm just looking now. I'm just going to share the squad again. I know we keep doing this, but it's the only way people can actually look at it when they see it in black and white. Right. So right now, nobody's left. We know that. So you got Cherky's, your attackers. Doku's an attacker. Echeverri, we don't know. Foden, we don't know. Is he going to be an attacker? Could play deeper. Jack's going to leave.
Wait a minute. You say Echeverri, we don't know. Come on. Echeverri's not going to be.
I said we don't know where he's going, but he's going.
Yeah.
He needs the agent of Haaland.
Kovacic, Nico J, Nunes, obviously right back. No one ever wants to talk about Naipan, so we won't mention him. Because for some reason, nobody wants to talk about Naipan. Nobody wants to do that. I don't know why. Naipan gets ignored by everybody at the moment. O'Reilly, we're just making him a playing left back. Phillips got out to Sheffield United. Tijani Reinders, Rodri, Semenyo. You're going to add Anderson, potentially. BOUADDI's coming in, potentially. And they want another one. You're going to have to, that is a lot for a double pivot. This is, I keep saying this is not coming. People keep talking to me in a Pep system. It's not a Pep system anymore.
I know. Yeah.
Ideally, you would want 4, right? Ideally, you want 4 that can play in that double pivot. We'll want 4.
Well, we've already got 4.
So what you're going to have to do is, if you sell Kovacic, Nico, and Reinders, that's where your 3 out and your 3 is there then. Your 3 out, your 3 in.
Well, Phillips is clearly gone. Grealish is clearly gone. There's 5 gone there out of this list.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5 gone.
Yeah. Nunes is a right back.
Yeah, but don't forget, Nico J and Reinders were barely playing last season.
Yeah, that's fine. But in terms of the squad, which is what we're talking about, there's 5 out of that list.
No. Again, Trevor, I agree. But you bring in the players of the ilk of Anderson and TONALI, they're not going to sit 6 months on a bench. That's not building a squad either. That's just not using it.
Don't make.
We're going to build a squad, and fine, we're building a squad.
Yeah, got TONALI, Martin.
You play them, you rotate them. We didn't rotate them. Nico G and Reinders were not being rotated last season. They were just being ignored.
That was under Pep.
They were just being ignored. Kovacic only played the last 2 or 3 games through injury. I accept that. But Reinders hardly played. We're not going to spend 85 million on someone to come and play 1 FA Cup semi-final game. I would expect him to go elsewhere to do that. I hear they're building a squad, but they have to still play at some point. At least
We've got our
30,
main
35 games. 30,
We've got our
35
main
games
target,
would be
mate.
For
Martin,
me,
we've got
30,
our main
35
target. We've
games.
already got a team there, right? If it's not working, we can go to the January window if we need someone in there. We've already got players.
No, I don't want to start doing that, Governor. January windows.
Well, we've already got a team here. I don't know. We've got our main target. I don't understand. We've got to spend money all the time.
But this is what I mean. They're in talks, Governor. These are not rumours. These are talks that are going on. They're in talks with the midfielders.
The only one I'm talking about, I'd like to see, is the right back. I want someone else in there, not a superstar, just someone around 30 mil, just to cover for Nunes. I don't want, even though I don't mind it, we've got the option of Kuzinov going right back.
There's no 30 there's no 30
There is
million.
no 30 million right backs out
Yeah,
there,
I know.
Governor.
I know that. I know that. Well, that's what you've got to do is to market. But I don't want to touch the back line. I don't want to move him.
Yeah.
Agree. And Kusa can do the right back job.
Yeah, he can. It's an option.
So, are you two saying City are making too many signings then?
No.
Potentially.
You're looking, what you've just mentioned, them players, we're looking past them. The likes of Reinders, Savio and that. It's all hypothetical that they're going. We've still got them. So you've got to mention them. But we've got our main target, which if Rodri stays or not, we've got our main target.
Oh, I agree, Governor, but why are they openly having discussions with players' reps and if they're not interested in them?
Well, the only reason they're doing that, they know something we don't know, that people are leaving. That we don't know. That's the only reason I can think of.
It looks like Malo Gusto has become one of the top two targets alongside Giovanni Reid.
Yeah, at 40, 45 million, fine to be the backup right back, but not at 80
well,
million.
Not backup, rotational, should we call
rotation, backup, squad, whatever. But 80 million, do one. You're taking the piss.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm scared.
Yeah, it's just a no.
So this is what I'm asking. Are City making too many changes for some all at once?
No, if we're not bleeding leadership, so Diaz is not going, and Rodri's, we got at least a year. That was my big worry, is that we were bleeding too much leadership with Stones and Bernardo going. Yeah, and I didn't want to lose any more leadership. If we're keeping those two, one of them for at least a season and Diaz for the length of his contract,
we don't have to change much.
Yeah. But we should be looking to recruit always.
Yeah.
Right now, we have 30 players on our books.
Yeah, but who are you including in that? Because you're putting Grealish in there and you put in...
But they haven't gone yet.
Yeah, but they will be.
I'm just doing it as facts. I'm just dealing with it in facts right now, as what Governor's just said. I'm doing what Governor's just said. The players that are here, we have 30 players.
That's right.
That's with Anderson. That's with Anderson, 30 players.
Yeah.
Because think this is what, at the moment, they're looking at. Backup keeper, because they expect Trafford to go. They would like him to stay.
Hang on a minute. You can't count the numbers and then say he's likely to go.
No, I'm telling you who the... I'm telling you who the target
I'm taking the pace score.
No. The appeal target is obviously now 3 midfielders, a winger, a backup goalie, and a right back. So they're looking at 6 players. One is obviously going to be for 2027.
So that's 5.
So 5 for now, 1 in the future.
I just think
but we're not allowed to talk about who we're likely to get rid of.
No, you can't. The trouble is, Trevor, no one wants to talk about who you're likely to get rid of because it starts getting everyone's back up because everyone starts going, my guy's going. Everyone starts going, my guy's going, because no one wants to sell Reinders, no one wants to sell Nico G, no one wants to sell Kovacic.
Yeah, I'm okay with some of them going, and Grealish is gone.
If the club are talking to people Sorry, Trev. If the club are talking to people, they know obviously more than we do. Well, they must know who wants to leave. Whether they get rid of him, I don't know.
I wouldn't say he's a starter. I'd say Reece James was more the starter. DJ. Gusto
Forget Reece
rotated with Reece James.
Forget him.
No, I'm just saying Reece. No, because DJ said Gusto was the starter at Chelsea. He was under Maresca. He was more under Maresca than he was when it got down to the fashion lover. What was it called? Liam Rossini. Because he's not a manager, he's just a fashion guy in.
Yeah, it's always a worry that when you do bring someone, a new manager in, that they do bring players with them that they like. There's always that worry.
Yeah, but he can have one Chelsea player.
Yeah, but Pep did it.
Yeah, I don't want any more than one Chelsea player.
Pep signed KDB. We don't all really think Pellegrini bought KDB, do we? We don't really all think that was that naive.
No, but what he wasn't doing was bringing a bulk of, like 3-4 players.
He only been linked with one
from his previous club, and that's what I don't want.
Oh, wait, we've only been linked with one.
Yeah.
Well, no, we were linked with 3 so far. For now, the racist.
Yeah, but that got quashed quite early.
Gusto, and there was at least 2 more. So it looked like at some point he wanted 4.
Sparkus, I'm going to ask you a question. Good evening, Dylan, by the way. Sparkus, obviously you probably heard the Trafford news now.
Actually, I didn't.
Oh, sorry. Maresca's told Donnarumma is his number 1.
Oh yeah, no, that's not Trafford news. That's Donnarumma.
Well, you already knew that then.
Really
That's why I
news.
said you know that then.
That's not news, is it? We all know that Donnarumma is going to be the starter until he plucks it up, and then maybe there's a chance of him being back up. But I don't think that's. Look, we're not going to be able to get him now.
Can't even get in ahead of bleeding T-Rex.
Yeah, we all know why that's the case.
Oh, shut up! Don't start.
Come on, Martin. Come on, Martin. You know that there are player dynamics on.
No, I like Trafford. My issue with Trafford is I think he's gobbed off too much. He even did a piece in goal the other day. Which I wasn't overly pleased with.
Martin, the reality is that the club said things to him that they didn't.
But
they didn't deliver.
Yeah, but that happens all the time.
Yeah, but that gives the player the ability to do what he did,
football.
Which wasn't really anything bad, by the way. He never said anything bad.
We're not in the kiddie pool now. You're grown men.
No, I agree, Martin. But if the club is not going to treat the player with respect, then they can't expect the player to treat them with respect either.
Sorry.
More interviews than
crazy.
Kane's put more interviews than Premier League appearances. Oh no, I just don't like the way he keeps talking about not wanting to be back up, and he was given false hope and all this stuff that he has talked about. And there are quotes
that's
out
the reality, isn't it, Martin?
I don't like that. Do you know what I like? Players who knuckle down and get on with it.
Yeah, but then
just get on with it. Don't keep doing interviews. I don't like what he said after the FA Cup.
If you play with somebody's dream, let's be fully transparent here, Martin.
Was this professional?
No,
football?
Martin. Let's be fully transparent here. The guy was going to Newcastle to be the starter. We tap him up and tell him, you're going to be the starter when Edison goes.
Right.
He's probably going to go at the end of next season. And then you don't even give him a chance to play a football match, and you sign Donnarumma, which makes him the backup by default.
He played 2 matches.
Come on, Martin. Before he got a chance to start, we were already signing him.
2 games, and half the fan base was saying he was shit.
Martin, we know that by that time Donnarumma was already basically done.
I don't know if he was lied to, Spicer. Someone needs to give evidence that he was lied to.
I think Newcastle are a shit show, but that's why he's not gone there.
This is my thing. This is the thing that pees me off. Did help us win 2 trophies. No fucker said this about Willie Caballero. No one was saying this about Claudio Bravo when they were winning us trophies, and Willie Caballero was winning us the League Cup and the FA Cup. No one was giving Willie the job.
Because none of them were young, promising
No, I'm not doing.
players.
I'm not playing the game off because he's won 2 trophies. That's great. Well done to him. But I can't now start saying, because we've always played the backup keeper in cups. Always. For 10 years we did it. Now all of a sudden, because it was Trafford, Trafford's got to be treated differently than all the other backup keepers we had.
It's a different situation, isn't it?
No,
Caballero or
Bravo. Because you like Trafford. Because you like Trafford and you're against Donnarumma.
It's
Martin,
a simple
because
it is a simple answer, really. It's on the player, innit? Whether he wants to stay or go, it's no one else. It's on the player.
And I don't blame him for going. Like, I'm sorry, the guy is good enough to start pretty much anywhere.
But they're not
he's going to be
coming
sitting on the bench.
Another thing. Why are none of the top clubs coming to buy him, Sparta? Because he's this top-class, world-class goaler.
Because not many clubs need goalkeepers at the moment, innit? Liverpool already got the backup too.
I don't see Liverpool or United or Bayern or all these others all coming making bids for him.
Bayern, they are looking at that, but let's not go into that too much.
No, they're not looking at it. No, they're not.
Is Villa interested?
Yes,
Villa are interested, yes.
Spurs have already...
Is Martinez going or is he staying?
I think he's going.
They don't know because of the wages. They don't know because Juventus need to cover his wages, and there's...
Okay. Well, that's a natural move then, really, isn't it?
But that's what I mean. You're asking Trafford to take over prime Donnarumma.
Yeah.
I could chuck that right back at spicy potato with that one.
Yeah, I am doing that, yes.
And that's fine. No, I've no problem with that. I'm not saying Trafford shit. What I'm saying is, I want Trafford to stay. Fight for your place.
You can't expect him to stay being a backup, Martin. You can't expect him to kill his career to be the backup.
Right. So what's Elliot Anderson just signed for Manchester City for, like?
Because he's going to start, isn't it? The guy's going to start.
On the question of his career, right? He stays at City, waits for his chance. In 2 years, Donnarumma goes, and he's the number 1 choice at City. During which time he will probably win trophies, maybe even a Premier League, and then when he takes over, he will win more trophies because we're Man City and we're not any fucking another club. Or
unfortunately,
hang on, or he goes to another club for more minutes and finishes his career with a placard that says the more minutes award.
Yeah,
with
but
no
Trevor,
trophies.
unfortunately,
So you're talking about his context of his career. There it is. Those are the choices he's facing right now: to go to a much worse club and probably never win another trophy, or to stay where he is and bide his time and keep his mouth shut.
Trevor, unfortunately, players don't look at this way. If they're not starting and they are good, they're good enough to start and they're not starting, they're going to have to go.
No, they can be frustrated and shut up. I've met elite players. I've hung out with
got an
elite
argument,
players.
really.
What they care about is what they won, what trophies, what their pool room or their room in the house where they keep the trophies is. And Trafford is risking finishing up with a placard that says, I got more minutes. Right. So you know what they care about.
Have you just seen that news?
That's what I'm telling you. If the backup keeper wins the Premier League medal, he doesn't give a fuck because he's a backup keeper. He wants to be the main player and he wants to start. And if he goes to another club and maybe he doesn't win, but he starts more often than not, and he has a chance of winning, because let's say he goes to Villa, they can win a Europa League, they can win an FA Cup, they can win a Carabao Cup. There's nothing saying that he can't do that. He goes to Villa, he wins a couple.
You both have. You both got a good argument, really. But I've just seen not bomber, but news. Gusto's agreed to sign with City.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah, that's no mistake in my opinion.
Yeah, he's already agreed terms.
For how much?
I don't think he's agreed. No, City haven't agreed anything.
Agreed personal terms, right?
Okay. But yeah, Martin and sorry, Trevor and Spartacus, you've both got a good argument there. I don't think any of you are wrong. I don't know. None of you are wrong. You know.
No, that's no. Listen, my thing isn't. No, I don't think he is fighting in his cup competition. I have no problem with Trafford staying. I think he's a very good keeper. I prefer him to stay. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. I don't know what's been said, but this thing.
Spicy potatoes, I don't know. It's a hypothetical. Learn the word hypothetical.
This has all come from Donnarumma's agent who made quotes. And this is what gets me. Sometimes we want to believe the quotes from one area and we don't want to believe the quotes from other areas. And sometimes it does come down to which player you have a little bit of an affiliation with.
Yeah, well, some of us don't have an affiliation with either. Some of us want to keep both because there's
no.
downside
what I mean is,
to having two great goalkeepers.
No, this Donnarumma was leaving in 2 years came from his agent, saying that maybe in 2 or 3 years he wants to leave.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it works as a
say that over every player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works as a hypothetical. That's how I meant it. I don't have information.
Yeah, the thing is, I think Gusto is going to move because they bought Palestra. Palestra has gone in at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Which I don't
For that
know.
reason, what you've just said, Martin, about the agent, I'm with Spartacus, but we have to have a buyback on him. Because if that is true, we need that in place.
I don't know where Trafford goes though at the minute because Newcastle can't afford him.
It'll be Villa.
I think Chelsea are not after him. Leeds seems to be the biggest game in town for him at the moment. Whether he wants to go to Leeds, I don't know. And the only other one is Villa, like you said, if Martinez goes.
Yeah, the natural move, that. Yeah.
Or, or he goes abroad. I don't know. The trouble is, City have got a very hefty price tag on him.
I've just got a feeling that
2-year loan.
I agree. I've got a feeling that Donnarumma is not a long-term player.
I don't think Trafford wants to do the 2-year loan.
In an ideal world, we keep them both because there's no downside to having two.
Exactly.
That's right. Yes.
Keeping pressure on each other for that number one spot.
Which
Donnarumma needs someone snapping at his heels, and Trafford needs to put his big boy pants on and realise that that's the opportunity, and to stop talking to the media. He needs to show because he's not very good at it, and they are very, very clever at how they trap you into saying what they want to clip up.
I'm not going to lie, he is hurt.
I agree.
He is hurt.
I agree.
He came into City wanting to be the number one and have a fair fight, and Spartacus is right in that thing. It's not been a fair fight.
No.
It's never going to be a fair fight.
It was already chosen. But in the same sense, I don't see Ryan Aït-Nouri going out making a load of interviews.
Yeah.
So Nico Riley's got my space. I've come to City and I've hardly played.
It's different. It's different with fullbacks and goalkeepers, isn't it, Martin?
Yeah,
you know that it is different.
I think it's different.
I know he will play Premier League minutes and be a part of the Premier League winning squad. Trafford won't.
Trafford is saying is, for me to go, the next club I sign for, I must be your number one.
Yeah.
No, that's not guaranteed anywhere, right?
So what you're saying is, I play for you or I don't sign for you.
Yeah.
All right. Wait, another hypothetical thing. What if Donnarumma gets injured in the first couple of games? Where'd you go from there?
Go on, name your Premier League club who've got two top goalies then. Name me.
Yeah. You can't have two top goalkeepers. You can't have two top goalkeepers. That doesn't work. That just doesn't work. You need to have one who's the clean started and the second one who's just not quite good enough to play a lot of minutes, but is still decent and can get you out of a pinch if the goalkeeper gets injured for 1 or 2 games. But if your goalkeeper gets a long-term injury, then you're fucked. Yeah,
I agree
just the reality of it, and that's just the risk of football.
I think Liverpool's a good example.
I can't live like that. I can't live on a thing of if you get a long-term injury, stick around, guy.
Well, I mean,
that's right.
You can do that.
It could happen.
You can't.
All right,
But
then,
the likelihood of it is...
You tell Mamouche to stick around then in case Ireland gets a long-term injury.
I think that...
I thought football was about playing football.
The keeper's a niche position, Martin. Now, the keeper is a niche position, mate. You can change it on the pitch, but not in net.
Someone explained to me the downside of if we can do it, can we keep?
But I won't say Liverpool because there's talk of Mamouche not happy. He doesn't want to be number 2 anymore. That's why they were
there you go again.
That's why they were talking about moving Alisson on.
Yes, there you go.
Mamouche, that's why he had to go on loan. You got
at the end of the day,
listen to his interviews after.
Does Trafford have the right to say that he should start over Donnarumma? Has he earned that right?
Well, he's not really played bad for us, has he? He's done a job.
No, but what has he done in his career where he's formed an opinion that he is a better first choice than Donnarumma?
But that's not what he is saying, though. He's saying that he doesn't want to be second choice, and that's just it. Like, he's not saying, "Oh, I should be starting ahead of Donnarumma." He's just saying, "I'm not staying to be the backup. I'm going to be started somewhere else."
Spartacus, the other argument there
he
is,
should be starting there.
Say he goes to Villa, and he's their first keeper, right? What if he has a shit month or 2 months, and then they drop him? It's all right.
That's a risk.
He's not. That's what I'm saying. Their form can go out the window as well.
Right? Can I just show this?
He's got to be thinking about what defence is going to be in front of him.
Spiced potato, because he's asked about quotes. So this is one of them of ESPN back in. Let me get the date. February time. James Trafford has said he didn't expect to find himself behind Gigi Donnarumma when he signed with City. Return, blah, blah, blah. I didn't expect the situation to happen, but it happened, so you just get on with it. He said, work very hard every day, see what happens, give him my best shot. No, it wasn't that, but that was it. Was he promised by Pep Guardiola #1 when he returned from Turkey? More? But he insists that wasn't the case. No, wasn't that, but it wasn't what happened, he said. It is what it is. It's football. It is what it is. You've got to keep grafting every day. In the games that come, play as hard as you can. It's just another experience to add to my career, and yeah, it's been a good learning. I don't know what happens next season. I just know that I'll take it a day at a time and try to improve. And he said he hasn't.
Well, people talk from that he wants to leave.
I don't think that's anything bad about that, by the way.
He's made other comments since.
But there's nothing wrong with that comment.
Nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with that at all, what he said there. Nothing wrong with
he hasn't. Yeah, he didn't say he was promised.
He don't sound upset.
He denied it, the #1 spot.
So
you can take that how you want.
True it is that he's not happy. Yeah.
Yeah. People can take that how you want.
I'm trying to find the goal. It's the Goal magazine or whatever it was. He's just done one on that while he's been away with England. And I'm trying to find the interview.
It's a niche position, and your form can drop. You're not guaranteed #1. Like
it's the derby. It's the derby tomorrow. Who are you starting? Donnarumma or Trafford?
Well, looks like Donnarumma's the #1 anyway, no matter what.
I'm starting Trafford any day of the week.
Donnarumma's been told he's #1.
That's it. But you just go with that. And if his form drops, Trafford's in.
Ideal.
Yeah, but that's not really going to happen, is it? Because his form dropped during the season and it didn't happen. Donnarumma's form dropped during the season and it didn't happen. Trafford didn't get in. Like you shouldn't be changing your first choice goalkeeper. That doesn't work. That is not something that any club has ever done
I
successfully.
disagree with that, Dash. He was man of the match.
Spartacus, I think that's different with Pep. We're not under Pep anymore. I think the new manager might be a bit more clinical with picking his side.
Listen,
my
guys,
thing
I'm
is
gonna
that
tell you
I'm
as it
very-
is. This Donnarumma wages, MARESCA doesn't want to sell Donnarumma. It's not about can't sell because of wages. He wants Donnarumma. Just, it is what it is.
What I'm gonna say is that I'm a very statistically driven person. I cannot find a team that successfully changed the goalkeeper consistently during the season because the goalkeeper dropped off. I don't see any team who won doing that, and I think that's pretty much impossible.
Does it happen?
Oh, that was it.
Do
Yeah,
the
that was
number
it.
one
Thank you,
choices
my
drop off?
mistake. There was an interview he did where he talks about he doesn't know any goalkeeper who plays for his international team that he's not currently number one at their club.
Yeah, it happened with Chevalier, right? Chevalier went to PSG. Now they're about
That
to
was
sell
it. He
him.
was talking about wanting to be England's number one, and he says, "Well, I don't know anyone who's plays for international football who isn't number one."
Yeah, he should be prevented from talking a goal, by the way.
He
It's
did
a
some
horrendous
interview because he was
publication.
talking about England, and that's when he
Yeah.
said, "Well, I'm basically not number one."
Well, goals
So-
journalists are very good at digging out the click that they want. The bait.
At the end of the day, people going Maresca will drop him for his sport. That he may do, Liam, but I don't think Trafford will be able to back that up. And they're not going to rotate. No one rotates goalkeepers around Manchester. This thing of rotating didn't work at Arsenal. Arteta tried to do that with Raya and Ramsdale. Didn't work. Because all you do is piss everyone off and then start annoying everyone, and then you confuse your back line. Because what you're saying is, what one competition I've got this goalie, and the next competition I've got that goalie. You just, unfortunately, people have to accept what it is.
Can I ask, how old is Pickford?
At the moment, Jordan Pickford.
Yeah.
32.
Right, so this is his last World Cup. So Trafford will be looking, as Spartacus says, for that move because he'll retire after this World Cup, I should imagine. So he'll be next in line.
You sure, Gov? You sure he's going to retire?
I reckon he would. I don't think he'll see the next World Cup.
So okay then. So when the backup keeper was using the friendlies, it wasn't Trafford. It was Henderson. The last time England rotated the goalie was Henderson who went in goal.
Yeah, was Anderson getting first team football?
I don't know. This is what Trafford saying. He wasn't even second choice at one point for England. I'm not having a go at Trafford. I'm trying to make people realise is Trafford is not. It is what it is.
That's why I'm going with Spartacus's argument because of that reason.
But we're arguing with ourselves. Is my point.
Yeah.
We can do this big debate and have an argument and try and come up with the best explanation we want. It isn't going to change what City want to do.
I'm just looking forward for Trafford's future and what he wants.
But why? Why? Sorry, are you Trafford's agent?
No,
Sorry, I'm sorry, this is where I'm going to pull it. Are you not Trafford's brother? You're not his agent. You're not his best mate. What is
Yeah,
this?
I know.
Do you know what? We nearly, I think we nearly got to a point where we banned this conversation, and I'm getting there now.
Yeah. We did.
Because it never fucking goes anywhere.
We did.
It's your fault, Spartacus. I'll blame you.
I think like 2 months ago, I was sat in my
See what you
cellar.
did, Martin? You brought that up to tease me, and we went into a fucking 30-minute tangent.
I shouldn't have brought it up. Dylan, I know you've been sat patiently, and I was waiting for you to jump in.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's Donnarumma who they want. So, yeah.
Dash, don't do that. Of course you can wish him well. But he's not coming out. He's not inviting you around your house for tea. Because you're
Oh,
going,
God,
I said on the Mancini way we should play him. He's not inviting you around for tea.
Anything but that, Snoopy, please.
Come on. This is what I mean. I love all the players, but there's backing them, and then there's backing them like you're going out having a drink with them at night time.
So I'm
I
just
love
going
you,
on with
mate.
Spartacus's point, you know, for the player's future. Like, I want him to stay, but I can understand
I do.
his argument.
I want him to stay. 100% I want him to stay. I'd rather have him than Pace
Morgan.
Charles. But unfortunately, it is what it
Yeah.
is. And
It's an interesting one.
I want Rodri to sign a 5-year deal. If clearly the club got to go and get BOUADDI.
But you know,
BOUADDI.
if we can't, as main road wanker happy clappers, say what we really want on this channel, then what are we doing here? We should be able to say what we want. We should be able to
demonetize.
You know, have the most blue tinted spectacles possible and state our dreams and stand
I'm not
by
a main
them.
road wanker anymore. I've jumped to the other side. I've gone to FIFA. Let's buy every fucker. I've gone into the FIFA camp. Right. I think we've gone through everything. Gusto, wingers, goalies, every midfielder under the sun.
And we'll get more news tomorrow.
I'm trying to think.
And some of it won't even be made up.
I think we've covered everything.
What's going on, Queen of Hearts? Newcastle having a tough time yet again.
They are, yeah.
Anderson.
No, Oil Brothers this week is going to be, I think, because I want to get what's going on with the guys, you know.
Shocking.
Well, I've got to find out.
I want to know what Newcastle fans are thinking, and I want them to give me some hope. Because these lads are good. They know what they're talking about, and they absolutely love their club. But they will tell us the truth. And I just want to know what's closer to the truth than we'll get from ITKs and Twitter wankers like me. I want to know what their opinion is, what the real situation is.
Talk about Phil Foden. What do you want to say about? See, that was another area that was getting banned, Ash, because that went down roads. That was
yeah.
We'll know more about Phil Foden during preseason, guys.
Yep, true.
Yeah, Travis stays and Gigi leaves in 2 years. But who says where's this 2 years come from?
No, you mentioned it with the agent, didn't you?
You mentioned the agent, yeah.
So that's what I mean, right? So
it's come from you.
Then. No, it was. No,
it's you. You're the ITK.
But that wasn't, again, the full quote.
Of course it wasn't. I'm joking.
No, that is the
NFA,
point.
isn't it?
People look at the aggregating on Twitter and they go, Donnarumma's agent, quick clip, one line, could leave in 2 years. All right, then, so fucking Rodri's out. Erling Haaland's going to Real Madrid in 2 years, then, according to what all these quotes and all been saying.
If they can afford him.
When will MARESCA get announced? This week, hopefully. It's all done. I don't know what the hold-up is anymore. Khaldoon's done his interview. It's all done. Khaldoon's, the only thing is, Khaldoon's done his interview on MARESCA. It's already been sat waiting for 3 weeks. He's done an interview on MARESCA and VIANA, and it can't get released until MARESCA gets announced. And I fucking hope it is MARESCA, because if it isn't MARESCA, I want to know why he's at the City doing all this bastard work then. Because he's doing something.
New manager.
New manager, yeah. Well, it isn't Iriola because he's at Scousland now.
Yeah, true.
Look at that. Anderson's gonna get announced before MARESCA.
Can't see that.
Right, we'll leave it there. Great show again. It's gone on for 3 hours. See, these are better than Twitter Spaces, aren't they?
Yeah.
These are better. Anyway,
although we don't get to listen to Horse, who sounds exactly like Mrs. Merton.
anyone want to add anything? Spartacus, Ed, Governor, Trev, Dylan, anything? Or forever hold your peace. Amen.
England are fucking shite.
VIANA winning again. Da, 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 da. Typical Spartacus.
Do you know what I mean? He's got to start, hasn't he, because his team's shit.
Damn.
Boys down under Wednesday night.
Wednesday morning. Oh, did
Wednesday
he say
morning,
Tuesday?
wherever you are.
Come on,
It's tea
Japan.
time for Trevor.
Come on, Japan. Come on, Japan. Come on,
If you're looking for
Japan.
something to watch,
you better hope we lose to Japan because you guys are not beating us. That's for sure.
We've got to beat Mexico in the Azteca yet.
You gotta beat Colombia, which is a far harder game than probably any other European team.
We've got to beat Mexico in the Azteca yet, so don't worry about that.
If you're looking for something else to watch on the Oil Brothers channel, on the what's it called, Through Black and White Eyes,
Yes.
That's his channel. Have a look at the review. It was earlier today of the England game, because I asked Elton Wellesby some telling questions about the Azteca stadium. He was there when Northern Ireland played there. He was looking after Norman Whiteside, and so I asked him some questions about how players react and the acclimatization and the challenge that faces players and what's different about it. And it was, his answers were interesting because he's a man who was there. He's been there with a professional, an international football team, actually on the spot in the stadium that England are going to have to cope with. England are going out of the Azteca Stadium. They're going out. It's done. It's just too much. It's too much of a challenge. The ball flies differently. The ball flies faster. People jog for a couple of minutes and then knackered.
Just don't know.
Just go and see what Elton Wellesby has to say about it, and that's a man who knows football. For Ed, you won't know who he is, but he was kind of Mr. Football in the 70s and 80s. He oversaw Bill Shankly moving from football management to having a radio show on Radio City in Liverpool. He's the real deal. Elton's top guy.
He was the top host.
And that information, what he gives about the Azteca Stadium and the England team and his experience of it with the Ireland team is well worth a listen, even if you just listen to that 5 minutes.
I don't know when they're fully back. It's July time when they're back. Don't know when they're full back, Matthew, though. But yeah, there's loads coming on. Don't forget, there's Blues Brothers. Got loads of them coming up. Blues down under Tuesday or Wednesday. Thursday night chat. I'm not here, so the lads will host whatever they're going to do. We'll try and get a ramble or a lunch in the city on Monday, Tuesday probably. I'm trying to think. And then next week, we'll do some at Monday night, and then that is it for 2 weeks, unless the lads want to do anything, because I'm going to go get pissed. Don't care.
A quick one on the stadium, Martin. A quick one on the stadium. Now they've opened it up. When's the hotel part opening now?
November, I believe. I think.
Okay.
Like, but yeah, in about a week and a bit, Martin is.
Right now, you can fuck off and keep.
And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm fucking off. To Cyprus. Piss with lattice from Costa. Not
YouTube money is paying off, innit?
I'll be on the Sex on the Beach cocktails.
In a couple of moments, you're gonna be together with Governor on that private island.
He's not on a private island. That's not even his house. People think he lives
fucking
in
big island, Australia.
That's his booking job. But they all think he's mega rich. Governor is sat here.
No.
Been driven away in his Bugatti Veyron and then pulls into
I'm actually working at the moment.
Fucking hell, what a job like you.
I've had to just change the pool pump. Pool pump's knackered on the pool.
Someone's drowning in that pool, bollocks. The screwed. I'm just on the Mank Way. Just learn to swim.
Lock the gate when it's not in use.
Ed, anything you want to add?
Nah, man, great stream, great panel as always, man. Look forward. Come over to Through Black and White Eyes. It's going to be a cooking for the ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trevor's going in with a bit of sympathy. You're going into fucking stick.
Nah, man. You know, I leave Trev. Trev can be the niceties. You know. Nah.
Yeah, it's going to be
My
good.
best mate at uni. My best mate at uni, who I met at uni, was a Geordie, a big Newcastle fan, Dave, and a top guy. So I've always had a lot of sympathy for Newcastle.
Blues Brothers will be out this week. I might as well tell you, Pulp is the next one on it.
Oh, good.
Pulp is the next one on it. And like I said, there's going to be a person I've always wanted to interview coming up on Blues Brothers. You're going to learn about his history in Manchester City. Oh, by the way, I will share this. I found out. We'll show this on the stream when I get back. We're just using it for the funeral. I'm going to show you my dad's tickets when he played for City, because when you played for City in the 50s, it was like an old ticket, and you had to sign your name that you were going to turn up at the bus at a certain time,
wow,
who you were playing for and who the manager was. And it was Manchester City B team, not reserves. It was called Manchester City B team at the time.
Okay. And
I've got a funny story about Harry Dowd as well that I'm going to go through. It was famous City goalkeeper. Because my dad played for the City B team when Bert Troutman was the Manchester City #1 goalkeeper.
I think Harry Dowd's from Denton.
So yes, I've got loads of shit. So yeah, it's going to be an emotional week. But I want to say thank you for all the messages, all the donations, everything. It has been quite overwhelming. These shows are helping me.
Good.
It's like, I tell you, I'm normally very talkative, but the last 2 weeks I've gone very quiet with everyone. Outside of shows, I'm normally talking with everyone at the minute, but outside of shows, I'm just junk. I go into zombie mode.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
That's normal. Yeah.
But yeah, you lot are great. You're amazing. Smash the likes. Legends, every single one of you. And we'll see you on Blues Brothers, City in the Lunch, or on Blues Down Under. Loads coming up. Take care. Always of the Blues.